I think we should just like start when we start BSing because the last 15 minutes has just been garbage us talking and they go, hey, wait, it's time to start the show. Is anybody ready? No. Okay, good. Glad we're organized.
No, I'm lost in a galaxy far, far away, so I have no clue.
Oh my gosh. This Dom, as you can see, is back this week. Wayseeker's got to look back on the top 10 comic list that we have, see how those are doing. I think we might be surprised by a couple of them. And then, I had a couple interesting books this week we might want to take a little peek at. We're going to review some comics. One of them, pretty good. The other one, okay. It was a comic, I guess.
Yeah.
It was a waste of paper. I felt bad for the trees.
Yeah, well, it's going to be one. So
I'm just glad I read this stuff digitally. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
What books came out this week? It
was Darth Vader and it was High Republic.
Because this week coming up is the new Star Wars with Luke and the new.
We'll go through all that, Dom. Okay. Spoiler alert. I've heard, now I have not been down with it, but I heard that the news is extra trolling Dom this week. I'll also state that Dom put something into the chat and it was pulled down already. Not by us, but by the internet for not being real.
It never happens.
It never happens. The one time they're like, hey, go check out the thing Dom posted. I go to click on it. It says no longer available.
Unfortunately, somebody thinks I'm an AI, so they took me down. So I don't know.
What? Because you post so much? Nice.
Dude, you got the bot situation going.
You got too many?
I don't know. I got to figure something out, man. I got to do some new type of threads on the internet this year with different outlooks on things because I don't know.
I don't understand what any of that was. Okay, let's say hi in the chat. GTK Comics.
I don't know what say hi to everybody.
Thumbs up and hi. Thumbs up, GTK.
Really sad. It felt like
Star Wars Sunday. This is with the only Dark Side crew. Let the rants, laughs, great Star Wars info flow through you. Okay, we will through you. Sorry. Good stuff. Ruben, I was actually thinking about you the other day. It's been a while since you came on, so let's know when your next day off work. Yep. Tommy Longbox. Something. Dark Side time. Bring it on. I don't know what the other part was supposed to do. I'm terrible at palps.
That was a horrible Palpatine.
I know.
He just mumbles.
Something Dark Side.
Dark Side time.
Robot chicken. Love it.
Giggly. I don't know, dude. Whatever.
Make it so.
And don't forget the thing. There you go. I got you, Tommy. Saying hi for the algorithm. Thank you for saying hi for the algorithm. I really have come to love Sunday nights. I just want to say thank you to the Dark Side crew and it's awesome chat family. Much love. Let's have a good year. Yeah, Ed, let's do that, bro. Cool, good stuff.
Definitely.
Gordon, GT Key. Are you going to watch the show? Of course he's going to watch the show. He always watches the show. Dwayne, yo, love Sundays too. Darth Dom.
Yep.
Yeah, Darth Dom's back. My Bargain Comics. Star Wars is still a thing. Face orange raised bro. What does face orange raised eyebrow mean?
It's a
Emoji.
It's an emoji.
Good evening, Kyle and Marco. Oh, good evening, Kyle. Sorry.
Good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen. Yeah, it's been an interesting week in Star Wars. We'll see. We had a couple things. We had a last minute ad, a cool release that just got released. We'll hit that up. But Wayseeker, I am hoping that the first news article does not troll Dom, but I think he will. So let's get into the news.
There's only so much you can do, you know?
Yeah.
Only so much you can do. We're starting right off with a bang. This week was the internet was just blowing up. Dom was blowing up. I don't know what's going on with Dom on this one. But the upcoming Rey movie causes quite a controversy for the most absurd reasons. And so now we have toxic fans that are taking aim at the director of the new Rey movie because of something she said 8 years ago about something was happening in Pakistan. So they think now that she was trying to make men uncomfortable.
See, that's not what you should start off with. Okay, now everybody just please, because I got this wrong. I thought they go, so I go, what the hell are you guys talking? What was the thing that got like edited off the internet because it was whatever? And Wayseeker goes, or Dom, one of them goes, oh, the director said she was going to make men uncomfortable. I was like, was she going to put sex into Star Wars? Like, because, you know, I know that I mean, you're going to see some titties and stuff. Like some dudes And, hey, listen, I bet the Celebration, some of
Twilight
the
City,
boys
so-
right there, like touching
Twilight Cities,
people.
I love that,
I know
man.
it's a big thing in Arizona now. A lot of them have relationships with like other human beings, but like aliens they love, but like touching other people, like not such a good thing. You know what I mean? Like they're scared of it. So I thought that's
Yeah.
what it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like some like,
No.
okay. And they're like, no, that's not what we're talking about. I mean,
No.
they are, but that's not what they're talking
You know
about.
what? I
Hey,
had
Chef.
my rant on this.
Hey, Appleman.
I really just wish that the way things came out would have been more towards the fans instead of just saying the first woman director, the first woman of color, a feminist, a activist. That's what got the fans more.
That wasn't even part of the original interview that they got
I
mad
know,
at.
but-
The original interview is all she said is, "I'm excited to be a woman director doing a movie for a
Hey, you know it's true,
woman-centric
Eric.
Star Wars
You know it's
character."
true.
That's all she said.
I know, but
And
I wish
Wait, time out. She
all
said what?
these men have ruined the race.
Wait, what did she say? I was laughing at Kyle because we were making fun of Arizonians. What was going on? Say it again. What she said?
She said,
No.
"I'm excited that I'm a woman director writing a Star Wars movie featuring a main woman character."
Can I
That's
ask you a
all she
question?
said.
When did so many men in this country just became fucking snowflakes?
Exactly.
Hey,
Hey,
JJ.
what's up,
JJ?
man?
Hey, what's up?
Whoa.
I know. I mean, seriously. So some broad goes, "Yo, I'm a chick, and I'm gonna do a chick movie. That's cool." And we're like, "Oh fuck no, let's go. She's got cooties.
Well,
Fuck
you
it.
know what
She's
it is.
got cooties.
You know,
She's
listen
got
to the whole
cooties.
thing.
Get the fuck out of here.
Again, look again.
How's this in the
It
news?
is the way it was put out there.
It wasn't even put out there that way.
No. Hey, Dom, I'm not gonna let you get away with that because you posted it to our chat, and it lets you read what the dude said. First off, the motherfucker didn't even use English. It was like blah blah April 1st, but it's July 1st. She thought something, but she wrong. It's like what? That's not even like I can't decipher what it was. So I was like, what happened?
That was Jabba the Hutt thinking.
It was. I was like, what is this? Dom, what was this? It must have been something funny. And you're like, oh, let me tell you.
The whole fact is that all this stuff.
JJ, do you know what they're talking about?
Yeah, it's got something to do with the
claiming
new director.
There has been great women in Star Wars from the beginning. That's one.
Yeah, Leia.
Look. All I'm going to say about it is this. I think that things get blown way out of proportion. I'm not going to make my stand. I'm not going to die on this hill. Honestly, I don't care. I honestly just don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either.
And the reason why I'm going to say this, I will say, though, one thing in favor of the people who are upset with this idea, or upset with what got blown out of proportion. I think sometimes things are said by certain celebrities, directors, or whatever, and I think that sometimes they irresponsibly say things. But that's all I'm going to... I think sometimes they should just put out the thing and don't say anything because it's going to create controversy. Well, and listen, I get that a lot of people want that people like that want eyes on their project, but you have to know that with as polarized a fandom as Star Wars has, you're going to cause problems with one side or the other. Here's
the problem. Here's the problem. Because people know what is in Dom's algorithm and they want clicks and Dom will, and I'm using Dom as the general dominance.
Hey, listen, right? I'm an AI. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, you're an AI, right? You guys. So, I'm not using Dom as the person, but the thing. So it doesn't matter. She could just say, "Hey, how you doing today? It's sunny outside," and they're gonna take that and they're gonna obviously if the dude's erasing his statements afterwards, come on, man. I don't even know. This can't get Dom upset because he's got to know it's fake because his shit got pulled down. However. Chef's got a good point. Chef heard this one, so he might get the bell. Do you guys hear Ray was going to be pregnant by Ben Solo's ghost and reform the new Jedi Order?
This was actually a rumor that came out too. But can I say something to Polly's Hideout in the chat? The second one there. Yeah. Look, a lot. This is just from my own experience with Hollywood and everything. A lot of first-time filmmakers don't pay attention, especially with these IPs. They probably have never watched a movie in this. It's not about whether they're fans or not. It's about whether they can do the job.
Let me ask you a question. About this. How many movies and how much Star Wars did J.J. Abrams say he consumed?
None. Absolutely
zero. He said he consumed all of it. He said this was his favorite and his kid's favorite, and that's why he wanted to do these movies. So ask JJ. That's what he said. So I'd rather, to be honest with you, after that, I'd rather find somebody who's never seen the shit. At least
Gilroy's never seen any of it, and we got the best part of
JJ. Better yet, ask Tony Gilroy how he feels about Star Wars. And the legacy of it.
But you'll find this. You'll
make a good show.
Yeah,
you'll find this across the board though with directors and filmmakers. A lot of them that do fandom stuff are either yes or no. Okay, some of them. I mean, you hear it with Marvel all the time. No, they've never read a comic book, but that's not the point. Make a movie. Don't make a movie. Either way. If you've got the talent to make a movie, just make a movie.
Yeah, hey, Paul, you're right. Once again, but that was J.J. Abrams, the guy who said he was the world's biggest Star Wars fan, who did that, who brought back the Emperor. No, he didn't bring back the Emperor to have Rey save the day.
Disrespecting thing.
Look, the Luke disrespecting thing, fine. But J.J. was the one who made her what everybody hates, that they had to bring back the Emperor to make her big. Listen, I don't give a shit because I don't really want to see this either way. I don't care, but I'm not going to give.
I'm saying two men have had their chance at Rey's story and they both sucked. So why not give a woman a chance at Rey's story?
Rey's story kind of sucks too.
No, listen. The reason why this is such a big thing is that you've seen how the sequel trilogy was, and people did not like it. And then you haven't had a movie so long.
Oh, she's not even writing it? Wait a minute. Time out. Is she not even writing this shit?
No, she's just the director. She's just the director.
Arguing over.
Well, actually, the guy.
Exactly.
The guy.
Why?
I forgot the guy's name. The guy who did.
They don't want.
What the fuck are you guys doing?
So insecure. They can't even.
I'm trying not even to swear, and you guys got me now rubbing my head, going, "Wait a minute, she's not even writing this shit."
No, she's directing it. But the fact is that the reason why it's such an outroar is because of all the stuff that came out, and plus, it ended. The last movie ended on a sour note. Listen, on a sour note that people did not like it. The last movie, The Rise of Skywalker, and you're coming back with characters that were from The Rise of Skywalker, and all this.
But Dom,
we're getting the news why this movie's coming out next in a little bit.
Hold on, real quickly. But Dom, you and me have both agreed on this. We might not want to see this, but we knew this was coming back someday. You knew it.
Also, I'm going to point out. Whether we like it or not, and I'm not fond of the sequel movies.
Oh, the pinky! Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
wait a minute. Yeah. I want to see this shit now. What are you talking about? Is that Chad? Who's that guy? Paulie's hiding? Whatever. Are you fucking kidding me?
I like Pinky Blinders, so I kind of,
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Wait.
What the fuck?
Well, remember, he could write a draft, and they could tell you, right, nope, I don't want that. He could write another draft and all those other things that he wrote before.
Yeah, and hair can stop growing on your asshole. But like at this point, all we know is that the Pinky Blinders writers right. Why did you guys lead with this shit?
This is kind of the job of the director too, is to be the face, the representation, and like Fate said, they will say sometimes somewhat outlandish things, although this is really that outlandish in my opinion. But they will sometimes say outlandish things in order to gin up attention, which is honestly their job. It's kind of like.
Also, I'd like to finish pointing out, because I didn't finish my thought earlier. I'd also like to finish pointing out that J.J. Abrams is, like I said, I wasn't fond of the sequel trilogy either. But there are people who liked Rey's character. I've talked to people who liked Rey's character. I've talked to people who wants this story more.
It was written badly. That's the whole thing.
And also, there are several little girls. I have daughters. They loved her character. Regardless of whether we think it was written well or not, there are always going to be people who like the things that we don't always like.
Yeah.
I happen to love one of my favorite movies of all time. A lot of movies that we loved growing up were flops at the box office. Okay. And they've become cult classics now. Like the prequels, for instance. People hated the prequels when they were coming out. Now they're looked on with love.
You can't get it. You can't get any better love than this. I literally go, yeah, hated the sequels. Didn't really want to see this movie. Oh, fucking Peaky Blinders, love it. And then you get comments from TOT, cool guy, just loving it. Change your name to Mark. Whatever. We're done. We're not being sips for Disney. Listen, here's the bottom line.
Now we're going to talk about here in a second.
Why go next? We've talked long enough on this shit.
Gate too. So we're gonna
Grease 2.
All right, but anyway, here's the reason why Filoni doesn't want to be the first one out of the gate. Ahsoka season 2 decision is expected to. This is rumors that are swirling that actually makes a lot of sense. Filoni wants the 2027 slot because that's the 50th anniversary of Star Wars. He wants the movie that comes out
shit.
for 50
No
year
doubt.
anniversary.
No doubt.
That is more important to him than coming out first. He wants to be the one that is the 50.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said, I understand certain things that are happening, and look, I'm gonna be true, and you're gonna hear it here first. I am not gonna be the old Dom that I was. I had my rants. I understand that time has changed. Movies are made for a different demographic. My time has passed, and I have to accept certain things. I may not like it, but I have to understand that times do change. And things have
but stuff can still suck.
I know
Like, if I didn't hear Peaky Blinders, a Ray movie's gonna suck. Peaky Blinders writer though, I'm gonna give it a shot now. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
speaking about the 50th anniversary, 2027 is the 50th anniversary of Star Wars. 2028 is the 50th anniversary of Boba Fett, the first Boba Fett. So 50 years of Boba Fett coming soon, and I hope that there's something big for Boba Fett. That's it. I'm sorry.
I don't know if I can do new Dom. I can't do new Dom already. Where's old Dom? At least old Dom was just ranting, making no sense. I could yell word salad every once in a while.
All I ask, please give me something. Give me an animated series, an ongoing comic series. Do something, please. That's it.
Can we go ahead and call Dave Filoni an attention whore at this point?
Yes, I think we can definitely call him that.
Like, I was the 50th anniversary, guys. Nobody else can have it. Just me.
But
dude, that is what he does though. Like, honestly, as much as Paulie wants to go on some rant about Ray that nobody gives a shit about, because literally everybody here has been like, yeah, not our favorite character. We don't like the sequel, and the dude's still going hard in the chats. Let us tell you something about Dave. He sucks, man. He screwed us. He was the hope. That guy screwed us almost. Like J.J. Abrams, at least we knew he was a Trekkie asshole from the start, right? We knew he was going to fuck us over. But Dave was our hope. Dave was our hope, man. And what has he done?
Yo, let us see what happens.
Book of Boba Fett.
If he does a movie that comes out and it's fantastic, let us hope.
Bro, but dude, come on, man. He's given us so many L's.
Look, I choose to trust Dave, regardless of how this goes. Look, I just want a different time period. I'm tired of the Skywalker time period.
Yeah,
give me Sith War. Hell, I'm even looking forward to the Mangold movie that goes all the way back to the start. Okay, give me something that's not the Skywalker 60 years. Okay, I'm done with the Skywalker period.
You know that Dave is never leaving the Skywalker period. That's never happening. He'll go Clone Wars to episode.
See, that's the one thing. That's the one thing when everybody talks shit about what fans really want or whatever. Okay, cool. But you know what? Every fan that I talk to, the majority, not every single one. I'm not going to do that. The majority of the fans, you know what I hear? Can we just get away from the Skywalker saga? Can we? Can we just fucking get away from the Skywalker saga?
Look. The way I'm seeing it is this: they can make more Skywalker saga movies if that's what Dave wants to do. I'm going to pay attention to the stuff that I want to see. I hope that they go forward with like High Republic stuff. I hope the Acolyte does well. Okay.
Jesus.
I hope the Mangold movie does well. Because that's where I will gravitate with Star Wars. And I'm the same way with every fan IP out there. There's things that I like and things that I don't. I don't complain about the stuff that I don't because I'm not going to watch it anyway. So, the hell, man. Make your crap. Let people watch it that want to watch it. I'm going to watch what I want to watch. I mean, there's 30-something MCU movies that I have never seen.
Hold on. Here's the problem, though. Dave is calling shotgun on a bunch of shit, and he's ruining it. So, like, you can say all you want, but, like, he does have to give a, like, he shouldn't be able to just call shotgun on characters. You know what I mean? Like, he just shouldn't be able to do that.
But then again, they put him in charge.
Well, listen, all he has to do is put out something that's going to freaking goddamn get the fans excited, and then the fans will shut up for a minute.
No, hold on. He does a lot of he does a lot of, like, you know what he's like? You know these fucking things that these kids get nowadays? They open them up and then they throw them away. You know what I mean? It's like, surprise me, wow, whatever these fucking things are. They're like eggs and shit in the toy section.
Kinder eggs.
No. JJ, you know what I'm talking about? Like, wow surprise parties or whatever. It's like this big fucking egg thing. And it's a shit, and they just keep pulling out these little like knick-knacky bullshit
Pokemon
out of
cards?
The
No,
egg,
same thing.
I know.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? That's what Dave is. Oh, cool. Yeah, I got a figure. I got a thing. And I see him over at my friend's house. Like, what the fuck is all this Santa shit? Well, they opened one of these fucking egg surprise bullshits. Cool. What's in it? I don't know. They lose them all and throw them all away. And the minute after they open it, they throw it away. And that's kind of how Dave shit is. Oh, shit, I saw Luke Skywalker. Oh, shit, I saw Ahsoka. Oh, shit, I saw Thrawn. And you're like, yeah, but what? After we saw it, what the fuck happened? Well, we don't know. It's garbage after that. They just throw it away. There's no depth to anything that he does, which I think is the biggest problem with him. So, like, yeah, he could be in charge of shit, but man, it's not good, dude.
You're saying it's all filler, no killer.
You know what? Look.
Yeah.
Yep. Even though that Dave is still in charge, there's still a higher power that he answers to. So, at the end of the day, you know, he can want to put stuff out. It all depends on what the company wants, what the company is looking for. You know, Disney wants to make money. They'll make money. If they don't want to make money, they won't make money. It's just
Disney's making money on Star Wars.
He's making money regardless.
Look, at the end of the day,
bonkers money.
I know for a fact, me as for my mindset and who I am,
Zaggy, I'm with you.
I am going to look at the good and and if I don't like it, I don't like it. I'm not gonna fight it anymore because I'm too old for this shit. And
he's too old for this shit, he says.
Tom.
For all the fighting and all the friggin' toxic bullshit that's out there, I want to enjoy certain things, man.
My thoughts exactly.
That's
And honestly, and it's the same thing I tell all Star Wars haters.
I still think Filoni sucks.
Filoni sucks. Look, I'm not going to disagree with you, okay? But look, the same thing I tell all Star Wars haters. And all the ones that want to cling on to the original trilogy and everything like that. Disney hasn't walked into your house and taken your original trilogy. They haven't. If that's all you want to focus on, that and the prequels, then that's fine. Do that. We don't have to hear your misgivings. Sorry. Like, you're screaming into the wind at this point.
Yeah. Matter of fact, they made it easier for you to watch it because now I don't have to wait till like George Lucas inserts another CGI thing every 5 years.
Right.
And releases it on DVD. So,
Or takes away Hotshot first.
And that's the point. And that's the point, JJ. That's the point I'm trying to make. People seem to think that the time that George was in there was like the golden times, blah, 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 when that man was on a wing and a prayer most of the time anyway. Okay? I love George Lucas as much as the next guy. Don't get me wrong. But to say that George got it perfectly and nobody else has, that's a little bit of a hot take.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a hot take. I think people believe that. But I don't think we can also do is I think you're doing the exact opposite side of what you're the toxic version of it too. Like we have to. Oh well, you can't if you don't like the shit they say, don't say anything bad about it. Like, come on, dude.
No.
This shit's been garbage. They've had some huge L's, and I think it's okay to be upset with that.
The biggest.
I'm not saying that you can't be upset with it. That's not my point. My point is, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah,
I get it. I've had my arguments with it too. You know, hell, to be honest with you, I'm not as fond of the original trilogy as I was when I was a kid. I'm actually more of a prequel guy myself, to be honest, or the books and the comics.
And look, me as a person,
we haven't got through
who loves the original trilogy.
Two news things. We're 25 minutes in.
Trilogy, if you look at it now, it doesn't stand the test of time. You laugh because like it's the acting and everything, but you enjoyed it because you grew up as a kid watching it. Like, look, Disney has some wins in their bag. You know, they should take those wins and try to capitalize off the wins. You know, Rogue One was a great movie.
I agree. Very good movie.
Solo was a fun movie.
BK, nice.
That came out at the wrong time. And
yeah.
They should, you know, and they should.
Well, that was a fail. Hey, that was a failure on upper management there. 100%.
Yeah, it was because the wrong time it came out.
That means BK. You hear that? I just said that was Catherine Kennedy's L. You hear that? BK. Catherine Kennedy L. Go ahead.
You know, and at the end of the day, they could have did some spin-offs from the Solo movie, which would have been awesome. You could have had Crimson Dawn. You could have had Beckett. You could have did a couple of different things. There's so many different things that they could have got out of.
Yeah, I agree. Hartrell.
But unfortunately, you know, they're doing other things, and I know they're overwhelmed with a lot of stuff, a lot of projects. There's a lot of guys who want to do Star Wars movies, and you know what? Kathleen Kennedy always wanted a woman director for a Star Wars movie. She got it. Let's see what happens. Comes in 2 years. Let's see what happens. If it's a win, it's a win. If it's a fail, it's a fail. But for people to stop loving Star Wars, it's crazy. Just love what you want. Love, and that's what I'm trying to say. Just love what you want. And
All
right, we're going.
Oh, next one. Not look. Go. Move along. It's been 30 minutes and 2 stories.
All right.
Jesus.
Dom's favorite show of all time was the most watched streaming original show in all of 2023. Mandalorian took it home.
Awesome.
And so again, Disney is.
Wait, did he not like that season?
Not
He
this
hated
season,
it.
not
He
season
hated
1
it.
or 2. Season 3. was
You
the
didn't
most
like
watched,
3.
season.
He hated 3.
You hated 3 though.
Season 3.
I didn't hate it all. I just hated a big part of
Oh, I
it.
thought 3 was pretty good.
What was
Yeah,
it up against?
No, it's the most watched streaming
Nothing.
original in 2023.
That's what I say.
Ahsoka came in 9th.
Ahsoka.
Loki,
It's
Loki
Ahsoka.
actually came in 2nd. And so
Oh, whoa. Okay. Well, no, that's all right. Yeah,
That's
it's all right.
Disney- actually pretty
came
good.
in with quite a few. I think 4 of the top 10 were Disney, including number 1 and number 2.
We
I
will.
like
We'll
Ahsoka.
watch them, everyone.
You know, I like
Exactly.
It could have been, it could have, if it had 2 more episodes, it might have been a little bit better. It would be a little lackluster, but at the end of the day, look, we, as a fandom, we got to be happy. We're getting stuff.
Agreed.
And
Look,
that's
one
it.
way or the other, we're eating good right now. Okay.
Yeah, we are. You know what? Sometimes you have to eat stuff that you don't like to just taste it and move on. Like I
Yeah,
said,
and I mean, you don't know if it did good unless the content comes out.
exactly.
Yeah.
At least they're not canceling everything.
Yeah. At least they're not canceling all
Just
this
give
stuff.
us the content. We can figure out whether or not it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moon Knight was better than Boba Fett. I can tell you that, Bruce.
Look, we're getting We're gonna be getting some movies soon.
Not
We're
by
getting
much.
some shows. We're getting comics and books. There's something for everybody. Hell, even Wayseeker gets nubs. Okay.
That's right.
I
There you
mean-
go.
Just a waste of money. All right.
Anyway,
let's go.
no,
We got to get
uh,
through news. It's been
Star
30
Wars
minutes.
did well. This one I'll be interested to hear. This was an idea that got scrapped, but the what if stories for season 2 was actually supposed to be a Star Wars crossover, and then Disney said no. Disney said no.
I would have liked that.
I would have found it interesting. Also, there's precedent for this all the way back to the 90s. There have been talks of doing a crossover with Marvel and DC, and not Marvel. I mean Marvel and Star Wars for years. So
Well, if
that
you
would have been
saw-
nice. I would have. I would have watched.
This is the problem. This is the problem with it. We already got this. It was called the Freemakers. Bring back the Freemakers. Bring them back.
Well,
the shit
you
was
know-
good.
Mark
Yeah, it was.
Freemakers more than anything else in this
Free-
world.
You remember?
Oh, come on. The
Dude, the
I love
Freemakers were great.
Freemakers was good, dude.
But think about
So
it.
they had a little spin-off from the Freemakers too. What was it called? Whatever, the one where the daughter was like running around and you had Grogu the Hutt or whatever, and he's
Yeah.
over there drinking and eating shit. He's running a casino that's blowing up all the time. You got, dude, that shit was dope. Bring that shit back.
We did have a crossover in a way. You had an X-wing fighter in the collector's collection of stuff that was in the background. You also had Mustafar's Vader's castle on Mustafar when they were going through the timeline, going through in the cartoon The What If, when they were going through like the different multiverses. You see
Yeah.
Vader's castle. So
And honestly, some of the what if stuff, it really like, I mean, it isn't, but it kind of is. Like when you see the Vision stuff, like there's stuff that throws off. The problem is Marvel isn't, well, Star Wars is starting to go that way, but Marvel they never care about canon anyways. So
don't.
why do you need a what if you don't care about canon? And by the
Yeah.
way, I see what JJ's saying, because I watched the first episode of that what if. I was like, dope. They're doing like that. What was that show that they did with what's his name? Kevin Costner, where they're trying to hunt down the robots or whatever, but he's not the robot. You know what I'm talking about?
Kevin Costner.
which one?
Well, it wasn't Kevin Costner. Who was it?
Later
Did you guys watch the What If?
No,
No,
I didn't watch the What Ifs. I haven't
Oh,
watched
Jesus
it.
Christ! What's the
Not
first?
all of
I
them.
The first
watched the
one's-
what ifs.
That is okay. The first one's it's roughly based off of like what's that movie? It's like supposed to be in the same type of area where the guy's like the cop thing that tries to identify where the other
Blade Runner.
Blade
Runner.
Runner. Yeah.
JJ's
Yeah,
saying.
Blade Runner.
Either
Yeah,
Blade
sorry, I
Runner
didn't hear you.
or friggin' Mad Max. The type
No,
of,
it was very Blade Runner-esque, dude. It was kind of cool. And then the rest of them,
There was
I tried to watch
there
two
was-
more and they sucked.
there was an episode that in the second season of What If that was the collector on the collector's planet that had kind of a Mad Max vibe with the road race thing going on.
Oh, maybe I didn't get to that one. I don't know. I just watched one and it was okay. But yeah, I see what JJ's saying because that you could. I mean, they've made some bad things so far. I mean, we're even arguing over here of what.
I
like
would
how
love a
bad some
Marvel
stuff is.
comic crossover. I always said a 10-issue limited series, Marvel and Star Wars crossover. Thanos being an old Sith Lord that was taken out of his reality. And
I don't want that.
And remember, I still think that would be kind of cool.
Write it
All
down.
right.
Please
This is
write
for
that
Dom.
down.
This is for Dom.
Please
This is
write that.
what Dom wants more than anything else in the world. The John Wick director wants to make a Star Wars movie.
Let him do
I'm
it.
in. I'm all in.
Let him do it.
I mean,
I'm all in.
it-
I'm
we
in.
About
wanted-
Boba Fett. It's
we
not.
wanted
It's not
Star
gonna be
Wars
about Boba
Underworld
Fett, though.
forever.
It won't be Boba
This is
Fett,
the
but you know what?
perfect
Just let
time
him.
to make it.
I'll see it.
Yeah.
You know what?
Star Wars Underworld. JJ's right.
Yeah,
I have a feeling
I'd be fine with that.
Disney will grant me my wishes with a badass Boba Fett next time he comes on screen. I'm giving faith to Disney.
All right, so we're all in for this one.
I got a question for Dom on this. Well,
What?
let's say the 50th anniversary comes up of Boba
Okay.
Fett, and they do a Boba Fett focused project.
Yes.
Honest question: Tamara Morrison, pretty old
Give
now,
Boba-
even older then in 2028. Do you recast Boba Fett as like a younger guy in his
Dom!
younger years?
Dom's the recast. Dom already has acting. Dom's already got an acting credit to his name. He's a
You wanna
fresh
get something
face.
I'll be honest with you. I was watching a interview. Tamira Morrison and Daniel Logan. They were at the San Francisco.
No, I don't want
Expo.
Daniel Logan to play him.
No, at the expo. The reason why they got an older Boba Fett because they used Tamira Morrison because it would have been a little. They said it would have been a little strange if Boba Fett was younger than Fennec Shan. They wanted them on the same like age level. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Don't take off the helmet.
Dude, he looked like he was
I
like
know,
20 years
I
older
know.
than Fennec Shand.
well, Boba Fett has to get boned too. You know, he's got to have some fun
Yeah,
too.
he looked old, bro.
Yeah, he did.
Hey, he looks. Hey, but he moves faster than fucking Ahsoka, so that's
He
something.
does. He actually moves faster than me. He was doing the his New Zealand.
We've seen you move fast and get your job before. We know.
Could you? Hey,
Yeah.
hey. But listen to this. Could you imagine a movie written by the boys from them fucking Peaky Blinders, and then we get John Wick, the guy who wrote John Wick, the director, and he's going to direct and write a movie?
You also have the director of
Good night.
Godzilla -1 that wants to do a Star Wars movie too. So.
Everybody
see
wants
that.
to do a fucking movie.
No,
This
it's
guy's
gonna
not
be
doing
Is
it.
it
That's what
Ted
I'm saying.
Stolke or
Let-
whatever his name is?
Give them the helm.
Put the
Let them
Continental
do
on
it.
Coruscant and let's do John Wick Star Wars.
Yeah, John Wick's.
Cool.
Hey, level 1099, and there it is. It's the Continentals right there, dude. That'd be awesome. I'm
What
down.
you got to do is you got to have a Jedi stuck on a planet with giant kaijus.
Oh yeah,
and you
that
do
see,
that to fight.
she's listening
We
to me.
saw
She's
that.
hiring all the
That was
people I
in
like.
Mandalorian season 3.
Dude, Terran Tatix.
What's that?
Kaiju. You have Terran Tatix
Oh, yeah.
in Knights of the Old Republic that are basically ginormous dark side rancors. You could do that. That would be
We can't
fascinating.
do 1313 because we got to put we can't just I mean I want 1313, but we got to have a new level. All right, next up.
All right, so Disney is now launching a Capture Your Moment Star Wars session that you can book at Galaxy's Edge. It can be up to 8 people for your family. They have all the props. You get to go and you get to do Falcon, whatever. 20 minutes, $99. I think it's actually a pretty good deal. Pretty cool.
That is actually a pretty good
I'm
deal.
actually kind of
You get
shocked
to
they didn't already
skip
have
them,
something like that.
Yeah.
How long's the fucking wait on this bitch going to be?
It's gonna probably.
Oh,
be a
you
long
have
ass
to
wait.
reserve it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
not bad.
Probably
Yeah.
be booked
Yeah.
as part of a package, probably when you book the park. I would imagine.
I
Yeah.
imagine.
But
I
20
imagine
minutes
that's
goes
what
by
they'll do with it.
fast. 20 minutes. You're online longer than 20 minutes to get.
Imagine a bunch of cosplayers doing this, though. It would look really good,
It would
especially
look cool. Yeah.
especially with like the Falcon and stuff like that. I would
much-
actually
could you
do
back-
this. I would
could
actually
you-
do this.
Could you book back to back
Yes,
to
you
back?
can book back to back. It's 99
Oh,
minutes.
then, yeah, you're booking an hour, dude, for sure. You're
Yeah.
booking. I'm booking an hour. 20, 40, 60. That's only $300.
Yeah, it's not actually that bad.
Dude, look at how cheap that is. Wait, where's all the people complaining about how much the other thing was? You got to be on board with this. This is discount rate, $300
This is
for an
pretty
hour.
good. Yeah, no, I think that's right.
You
I,
can't even get. Can you even get a hooker for an hour for $300? I don't know.
No, not really. No.
No, actually, you can. You can.
Well, it depends
Okay,
on where
well,
you go,
wait,
Doc.
why do you know
Depends
that,
on
Doc?
where you go.
I work for a hotel.
Do they take the
Oh.
pictures? I assume?
what?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
professional
like
pictures.
Just professional
photography?
pictures.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Hey,
you,
BK, all I've got to say to you, man, is I wish I was paid by Disney, man. Come on.
And
I'd
you
be
can
doing a
download
hell of a lot better than I am now.
you can download the pictures for free, or you have to pay more if you wanted them to print them for you. But you can download them, the digital version for free.
Oh, that's awesome. Like that's awesome as hell. This is a great idea. I like this.
You know what? I think this will go well, and you know what? People love to do this, and you see a lot of Instagram posts and TikTok posts. People doing that, do up their stuff.
Yeah. So a man found his second
Oh, Jesus.
rare Jawa figure in the attic, putting it up for auction. His last one was a little bit nicer condition. It went for about 30,000. This one's expected to go for $20,000.
All right. So when's it gonna come out? How long is it before it comes out that we find out that this dude's got a 3D printer, a fucking iron?
I gotta ask BK a question.
Go ahead.
They said they haven't made a movie in over a decade. Like you're aware that like Disney bought Star Wars in like 2012.
You know, I should be only lucky to find this in my attic or one of the boxes someplace.
Dude, there's no way this dude is printing these things off, bro.
It's gotta be, man. It's gotta be. Is this the rare one with the cloak or whatever?
Oh yeah. This is the
He's got
super
the
rare
old
one.
cloak.
the
Yeah, the
vinyl
cloak.
cape, the Jawa. I actually have a reproduction Boba Fett Palatoy
Yeah.
figure.
Oh man.
That's what I'm saying. This dude, 100%, 100% is just 3D print. He
3D
figured it
print
out.
It's gonna be 6 months from now. It's gonna be another one. I found a
Yeah,
third one.
it takes a very long time to get it right.
I'm gonna find something in a warehouse, and all the toys will be in a warehouse.
He's like, how? He's like, all right, 20,000, but this one's in better shape. 40,000. Next one's gonna
Dude.
be like even
What
better
country are
shape.
these from?
I don't know. Where's this guy from?
I'm gonna get
Where'd he find it?
Oh, toys,
Somewhere in the
not
UK.
USA.
Yeah, UK.
Yeah.
I saw a guy that was buying storage places. No, like when you pay auction on a storage place, they came up with a bunch of these at one point, but not the same figure, but like a bunch of old Star Wars
Yeah.
figures and made bank off of it.
Wait, hold on. UK. He says he found this. I'm gonna call bullshit. This dude says he found this in his attic, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't remember the UK much, but the UK stands for United Kingdom, right?
Yeah.
And that bitch is always raining, ain't it?
Yeah.
And when it's not raining, it's fucking like they got like a little humidity
but
water
maybe
fucking
it had
situation
a
going. There's no fucking way the plastic is coming out like that, bro. There's no fucking way. No
It's not even
way.
yellow either. It's definitely not yellow.
That's what I'm saying. The oxygen level, like that whole humidity, oxygen level shit, pressure changing. No way.
There's no way the package looks that good. Let me just say that.
No.
I
You're gonna have
lived in the
yellow
UK.
bubble.
I lived in the UK growing up. There's no way.
Yellow bubbling, some type of shit. All right.
Yeah.
This guy's a liar.
All right, this one's for Dom. Dom's spending some money here. Regal
Hold on.
Robot is doing
He
a
said, hold
prune
on.
face concept maquette replica of this Return of the Jedi character. Comes out on Tuesday. You can buy it for $300 for the signature edition or $600 for the legacy edition. Who thinks this is a good
Hey,
idea?
TMNT, you got to calm down your comments, dude.
Yeah,
You
you
gotta
gotta
take it
You
easy,
gotta
brother.
chill, brother. Come on.
I think this is stupid. I don't think anybody really cares about this figure at
Oh, I
all.
want that.
But
What?
So
Told you. I told
From
you.
the other room.
I
He's
told
taking
you.
a piss going, I want that, dude.
Actually,
No
it
way.
looks like a nutsack.
What-
It looks like a nutsack. I'm sorry.
Dude looks like a nutsack. He does.
Why would you want this?
Dom's paying
that's
$300
the
for it.
$300 difference between the two.
Dude,
Well-
like I'm a Star Wars fan and I don't even remember where this guy is in the movie, man. Come on.
Come on. He had his best scene in Robot Chicken. Do you see that Robot Chicken?
Oh God, yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't even.
$299. Wait, what is it? It's just
Why
a
is
piece
it
of.
$300 more? For a legacy edition.
I don't know. It is.
I don't even
Yeah.
understand what the fuck this is.
I don't even know.
It's just a ball sack on a stand, right?
They made an ET one. Sold real well. So we're gonna do this
It
one.
looks like ET with a robe.
It is.
It does.
It's a ball
But
sack
I
on
don't
a
even. I
stand.
don't even get what you get. What's the legacy edition?
Imagine you get the. Essentially, it's a Marquette replica, right? So you get probably the replica head and the plaque. I would imagine, right?
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
But
I don't even
That
think
sounds-
Ruben won
for
for
$600?
Like the one thing Ruben found, he's like, I'm out.
I'm not paying $600 for that, dude. Get it out of here.
I'm not,
No,
paying,
that.
I'm not paying $60 for it.
I
Uh,
bet you if you took that to somebody on the street, they would not know that was a Star Wars character at all.
No, no. A new
Well,
Star
look,
Wars
it's perfect.
villainous standalone game called Introduction to Evil will be arriving in 2024. So if you're a big villainous fan, you've had a couple of these Star Wars games. This will be a brand new one. It's supposed to be a little bit more simplified for people who find the other one a little bit too long, or I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That
this
was
shit's
not-
always on clearance. It's always at Ollie's too.
Yeah, these things
These
are
things
always
don't-
cheap.
they're cheap as shit.
Yeah. So
We got Star Wars Unlimited.
Hold on. Dom's got something to say. Dom, what are you
Yeah.
gonna say about?
no,
Perfect?
see, I got the a reproduction of the
what
Boba
is
Fett.
he doing?
I don't know.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
okay. You're showing us the.
It's a
So maybe that's what it was too. Maybe it was just all
Exactly,
reproduction.
reproduction.
And he's just selling for $20,000 a piece. I
dangerous.
guess.
I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, so they revealed Star Wars Unlimited is coming out in March,
Mhm.
early March. They revealed this week the foils and the hyperspace cards on the FFG stream. They also gave details about how the draft's going to work. Everything is, I think, looking good. I'm excited for this.
Oh,
one.
that's cool. This
So,
is a
if
new
you
card
haven't-
game.
Yeah, if you haven't.
Oh, hey,
picked up one,
I've tried to get this thing. It's harder than you think. Like, where the
you
hell?
have to go to a card store. You can't go to a comic store.
I went to
You
the
gotta
store
go to
that
a
all they do is
card
sell
store.
cards. I went to a place that sells cards. They are like, we don't order
Is it
this
like a
shit because
Pokemon store or a card store?
it's like, yeah, it's got like all types of
Not
cards
like a
and shit
sports
in it.
cards. Not like a sports card store though. This
Yeah,
is
it's got like Pokemon, sports cars, Star Wars, all that bullshit.
It's
got
the Luke and
tables.
Yoda card right there. The Luke and Yoda card. Why does it look like rolls of toilet paper in the background?
That's
I
just
got a guy that ordered
That's
500
supposed to be
cases.
missed, I guess.
I
It's
know.
just missed.
You got to order how many?
He said he ordered 500 cases.
Who said that?
One of the distributors.
Because like 3 people that I've gone to already are like, yeah, dude, nobody fucking picks this
When is
shit
this
up.
coming out?
We
This
ain't
is coming out soon, right?
March 9th, I think, or March whatever, something like that. Yeah, second weekend of March.
If we can all get decks, we're gonna play a game.
I'll buy
I
a
might
box
give this
opening, I'll
game
do
a
box
play.
opening.
It looks interesting.
It's pretty easy to play. It's game. The first game will probably take you a while to learn all the rules, but after you learn the rules, it takes about 15-20 minutes to get a match. So.
I used to play the one that they had out for Star Wars back in the 90s. And
Decipher?
as long as long as it isn't as complicated as that one, and I could play that one like an ace, I'm sure this one will be fine.
Decipher became so complicated. It had the errata rulebook was over 900 pages at the
Yeah,
end.
it was increasingly difficult, but
Yeah.
I played it. I played tournaments with that game, so
Yeah. No.
if I can play a Decipher game, a card game, I could play
you
this.
can do FFG. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be doing box breaks.
Yeah, we're going to
Besides-
be doing that.
I play a lot of FFG games anyway, so
I'll buy a box of that and we'll crack it open on here.
Yeah, we gotta like.
So Disney came out this week and said that Star Wars Outlaws is coming out Q4.
Oh, jeez, come
And
on.
Ubisoft came out and said that's not true. They just said it's coming out sometimes in 2024. So maybe it is coming out in Q4. They just don't want to pin themselves down. I don't know when this game's coming
Wait a
out.
minute.
It's coming out.
Hold
It's coming
on.
out in 2025.
25, yeah. Yeah, if Ubisoft, why the fuck would you correct them? They're like, it's Q4, then all of a sudden you're like, shit, we're ahead of time. That ain't how that shit works. If you're like, no, it ain't coming out, it's coming out sometime in 2024 means we might get that bitch in 2030, bro.
No, actually, this is coming out in the second quarter of 2025. There you go.
I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to playing this
Insider
and
Downs.
Eclipse both. They both look like good games. This one and Eclipse look
I don't
great.
think Eclipse
so-
is ever coming out, but I hope it comes out.
You know who's laughing at all this too?
Eclipse
Is
is never
EA
coming.
saying, "Thank you for giving us plenty of time to make
Jedi Survivor 3.
Fallen Order number 3." Thank
Yeah.
for giving
Look,
us all
Yeah.
I love Jedi Survivor. was a great. Fallen Order was great too. So whatever, man. I mean,
By the way,
this is supposed to be a sandbox game, right? Like this is
Yeah.
open world. Yeah.
Mhm.
but by the way, can we just say that I think the problem with Battlefield was not the fact that EA was doing it. It was that they want to microtransaction the front. That game's still fucking hugely popular. They just had to get rid of and now I think Disney's learning a fucking very valuable lesson. A lot of people will promise you shit and tickle your balls, but when it's time to produce,
Well,
they ain't doing it.
Ubisoft is bad at the microtransactions. I mean, that's what they're most known for anyway. But I don't know. I like the idea of this game. It looks interesting. I hope Eclipse comes out because some of the stuff
Eclipse
I saw in
is gonna
Eclipse
come
was really good. But who knows?
Marco, it's not.
Yeah.
It's every game developer. Every game developer promises a date and it's always delayed. It's
I
not,
hear that.
It's
I
not
hear
a Star Wars thing. It's every game
Yeah.
developer.
No,
And
no,
I
I
still-
know, but
That
EA
Star
at
Wars
least
Hunters on Switch release coming.
I
what
still
I'm saying,
play
like, the Hunters-
Battlefield.
the Hunter
I
thing
still
is
play-
that Hunters thing has taken forever to come out. That Eclipse thing, the best we're ever gonna get is that fucking trailer they showed us, which had
Yeah.
zero gameplay, mind you, in it. Zero gameplay in it.
Yeah.
They literally did something that dudes do on the internet all the time. Cut together some bullshit that looks real sweet, trick some people into actually thinking it's something real. I mean, dude, there's guys that put out trailers for every fucking thing, and it looks
Meanwhile-
real sweet.
Well, dude,
Meanwhile,
I've
Star
seen
Wars
some
Old
of
Republic developers are just over here like, we can do whatever we want because we're
Yeah.
not canon and we'll just
That's
release
right.
shit all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
But I play I play the Battlefront games still, so
So I'm saying, after they got rid of microtransactions.
Well, you got to think about
yeah.
next year is Star Wars Celebration. So if it comes out next year, this will be the highlight of the Star Wars Celebration. So
Yeah, that
Yeah.
might be right.
It'll come out before that, I think, but we'll see.
They've done
Then we got one for to troll Marco here. I don't know what Marco's going to do here because he has his favorite thing and his least favorite thing merging.
two things
together.
in one. Well, actually, but
Ireland is
Tessa-
doing a kids novel. And it's gonna
hold the phone, pump
it's
the
going to feature
brakes.
a new character that is a Santika. So he loves the Santikas. The Santikas.
No, I just like the space. I like
more in the world. But he also has an Ireland. book.
hold on. First off, I like the ideas of the graph and the Santikas. Okay. Because it kind of gives that Game of Thrones style vibe.
Or-
Number
Yeah.
two, it's space. Number two, I like Tessa. So I'm just going to do what I did last time. Cross my fingers that it's 75% Tessa, 2% Justine.
Yeah.
That doesn't add up.
Hey,
77%.
I don't care. It does in my head. The rest is
Those
pictures.
The other 23.
That is, pictures and misspellings. That's it. I mean, I just hate the way. I mean, listen, the way she puts stuff in there that she does. I think I'm not going to try to correct everybody else, but when people complain about stuff like a female director saying some bullshit, oh yeah, I'm a female
It's
director.
not this
Okay.
novel, is it?
But this novel's got Justina in it, and the problem I have with her is she does the same shit every time, and it's dude, you don't know what you're talking about, and then you're just shoving shit into Star Wars for no reason. I had the same problem with whoever that was that decided knitting was the big thing, that she had to put that the fucking character was knitting every fucking 5 pages. Who gives a shit? Really? Did you guys know that crocheting and crochet needles are fucking canon in Star Wars? Because I gave 0 fucks, but that's the whole thing. What book was that? When that fucking person was knitting all the goddamn time.
that was called Star Wars, the
Demolition
Granny.
Man.
Yeah. No, but you know what I'm saying? There was a book. I can't remember which one it was.
I know
But
what you're talking about.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
And the author, it was just, afterwards, she's like, I'm just so proud because I got crocheting into fucking Star Wars and da-da-da. And I was like, yeah, it was distracting. Every fucking 2 minutes, the person's supposed to be driving a ship and they start fucking crocheting and you talk about across. If I wanted to learn how to fucking crochet, I would have taken a fucking crochet class at the local fucking junior college. Didn't do that though. That's where I got my lawyer degree from, motherfucker. So hey, what?
And that is the week in
The
Star Wars.
longest week in Star Wars.
That was the longest week in Star Wars. All right, let's get into something else. All right, this week in comics and Star Wars, if it ever pulls up, Darth Vader. Holy shit, Darth Vader. What are we going to say about Vader? All right, so This is supposed to be like this one team's working against Vader and whatever. Palps is there and he's like, giggly, giggly, you suck. And he's like, okay, now that you don't look like a girl anymore and you look like a weird boy with big ears, do you want to go handle Vader? Because this dude couldn't even rat on Vader properly. And she's like, yeah, dude, I'll do that. And it's like, wait, what? So then we get this dude. By the way, is this related to the other Price? This guy's name's Price. I don't know if he's related to the other Price or not, but he's there.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Her family was like, well, first off, I mean, it wasn't a PYRYC.
Yeah, they were PR. Yeah.
All right. Either way, so he's like, "Look, we got all these prisoners, and everything's gonna be fine." Oh wait, shit! X-wings are the shit out of us, and then they're like, "Oh my god, a fucking Star Destroyer!" And we're getting out of this camp. It reminded me a lot of that movie. That one time where the planes were fighting over there, and they're blowing up the thing, and then they're like, "Which prisoners are gonna get out? Which ones don't?" And they broke up the super hole, whatever. Anyways, so he goes crazy, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, get out there and start fighting people." But then all of a sudden, this squad of fucking cyborgs come in and start tearing everybody the fuck up. This one dude just uses his head to ram fucking shots off like it's a lightsaber. Kind of stupid, but whatever. And then all of a sudden, Vader's like, "Listen, I'll handle this." He comes in, he's like, "They put you in a cage," and they're like, "Yeah, but this is all a trap for you." He's like, "Of course, I'm Vader." How many fucking times is Vader set up for a stupid trap that we know was going to happen next?
Give me.
Like
So you're talking about, which guy are you talking about? You're talking about this guy?
Yeah.
That's Pride, isn't it?
I don't know.
That's
It's
like
tough to read this book. It sucked.
Yeah, isn't that
Same guy again.
Enric
Yeah.
Pride, who was from episode 7?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Or-
Who cares?
Yeah, all those.
Because this is the dumbest part next. So Vader starts going through da. Oh, wait, I got this new power real quickly. I'm going to shoot these little mouse droids that I can talk to now. These things into the back of their head. And then now Darth Vader can take over cybernetics. So now they're all bad guys. He's like, go kill all the rebels. It's like, wait, what was this? And they're like, yeah, because, that stupid fucking series we just watched where they had the Spark Eternal, like infect people. Yeah, now Vader figured out a way to get a power where he could do that. And the one chick's like, wait, they're trying to take over our mind. And he's like, I'll zap you again. And then he gets there and they're like, listen, I can almost take over their mind, but they're fighting back. And it's like, okay, yeah, well, we can get rid of their brains, but then they'd be worthless. That's the point of having cyborgs, is they're half mechanical, half human brains.
Dark side power, anyways.
Yeah, can't you just go like choke yourself?
Is that a force power?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Mind trick.
Well, they still got this stupid droid running around. The stupid droid's like, listen, we got like what happened to that dude Moore, and Baldy's like, yo, I turned into a vampire, but that dude got the giggly sauce. He's like, all right, cool. He's like, so where are you going to spy on me now? He's like, yeah, but at the same time, I'm going to form a group of people. And they're like, wait, what? We're just going to do Crimson Dawn all over again? And she's like, yeah, absolutely. Just like Crimson Dawn, to be continued. What the fuck?
No, it makes me laugh. That panel on the left-hand side, it looks like somebody has a pair of pants with two heads coming out of it, or fingers.
Dude,
That's right. It's the best part.
That is the best part. They literally, the backpack of the book said, our next event is literally going to be the Crimson Dawn without calling it Crimson Dawn. And they even say it in the book. Oh, I got a bunch of these people. You don't know who they are. They're all mid to low level people, but they all got very just like Crimson Dawn. So we're doing Crimson Dawn again without Crimson Dawn.
Have you ever seen the Rick and Morty episode that makes fun of heist movies and how they always put together like a cast for heist movies?
Yes.
That's what Star Wars comics are beginning to remind me of.
This is what Vader
put together a group of people.
Right.
This group of people is going to be just like this other group of people that did this other heist. It's just like what we're going to do.
But they're literally at this point, they're literally saying, like, they're referencing the previous event to the last event that didn't do so well and saying, we're doing it like she says, we're doing it again.
Yeah.
Greg Pak, he might be great on other things. I've never read anything else he's ever done. This Vader run is the worst Star Wars comic that's going on right now.
Yeah,
it is
absolutely
worse than Star Wars: The Charles Soule, because at least in The Charles Soule, 1 out of every 10 comics, you get something.
You get two good comics. You get 2 good comics every 15. Yep.
Yeah, this one you get nothing. Like there has not been an interesting comic since maybe episode like the 4th or 5th one.
They should end Vader.
It's been horrible.
They should end Vader's book. That's it.
Yeah, I couldn't even get through this one this week. I'm sorry, guys.
They're literally doing Crimson Dawn though again without Kira.
Yeah. I couldn't do it with this book.
Kira could come back. You never know with this rate.
Well, yeah, but it's with
we know
it's
Padme's
literally with the
handmaid's coming
characters.
back.
Nobody does anybody want more? Nobody gives a shit about that character. Does anybody want what's her name? That I keep forgetting her name. That nobody. She sometimes looks like a vampire. Sometimes looks like Opie. I mean, what? Who the fuck? Nobody cares. Literally.
Well, you know what? At least
Does anybody remember what her name is? No, seriously. Does anybody remember what this bitch's name is?
You're talking about Slymore. The vampire is Slymore. Masamita is the blue one.
Masamita. There you go. Slap up.
Yeah. Who's who? That's okay. It's totally Marco for you, but that's
they're never going to be shown in movies and stuff like that. So the comic books is to highlight them.
Don't highlight this though. It's junk.
I know. Hey.
All right. Speaking of not junk, the last one of Shadow of the Shadows. What?
This is a good book.
Oh, I thought JJ, you read this too or no? This is good.
I didn't have time to read it.
It's good. All right, so it starts off. And by the way, who the hell's the artist on this? Mad props to the person who's drawing Marchand Rowe. Fuck yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Really good. Really, really good. Does it say who? Does it say we got an artist on? I didn't put any of the artists on there. Whoever it is, props to them, dude. They drew a good thing. So Marchand Rowe, we all know this. They're going back again to go back through when they dropped the Starlight Beacon, created the thing. Dude has a fucking rager for like a month, bro. Just parties his fucking balls off. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, what a fucking Wayseeker's girl. Who is this Wayseeker? One of these fucking Staros fucks. Which one is this again? This is Staros nobody cares about.
Gira, right?
Gira nobody cares. Staros.
Hey, about to get a little Monjaro.
got de-aged.
She looks good here. She looks good. She's lost. She lost a little bit of weight
from the
before.
Yeah, and she got. Hey, Double J's right.
More endowed in this one than she did before.
She was in that. She was in that Bacca tank, and it fucking the Bacca tank instead of healing you used to get you racked up. It made you younger apparently because this chick all of a sudden got curves.
Pull up the picture that she was in Trail of Shadows too, because they ain't nothing like this.
No, she was Grandma Staros in that one. For those people that don't know that, eventually they have an affair, but they kind of go back and forth. We read some of the stuff in the novel, but she's up there. She's like, listen, you need to get yourself a goon squad, and I'll be like the political arm of the goon squad. By the way, let's go get naked.
This is the senator that's being the traitor, right?
Yes,
yeah, she already did traitor.
Yeah. I just love how like every Jedi aged like 75 years in this 1 year, and she like got 75 years younger.
Yeah.
She like took their age or something like that.
And Roe too. Roe looks like, besides the 5 o'clock shadow, he looks like
he looks. Yeah, dude, he started to look like haggard. Remember when they gave you the book and he was killing his parent? And now he's got like a little bit of 2 o'clock shadow. He can't get a full beard going on.
I don't know if anybody watches Ultimate Fighting, but it reminds me of like John Jones. Like every time John Jones gets in shape for a fight, he looks like he's like 10 years younger. And then like you see him like a year later and he looks like he's old and old again.
Abram Robertson is the artist on this one.
Well, keep that guy around, please. And actually the story wasn't that bad. And then all of a sudden we go back. I thought this dude that's next to Roe died before, but maybe not. In phase 3? No? Whatever. Anyway, so Roe's out there. He's like, yeah, cool. Let's go see this planet. And this planet's like, yo, we got all these guns and we'll be able to blow you all up and we can just stay in here and do nothing at all. And all of a sudden we get Wayseeker's favorite other character, Wayseeker. Would you like to introduce
General Weiss?
Yeah. Who looks old as dog shit.
I mean, she should. It's been 150 years since we saw her in phase 2.
She looks like an old dude, which I mean, that sucks, but whatever. So here you go. She's like, oh yeah, hey, by the way, I'll help you out. We all know this is going to go south here. Instead, she turns on them, kills them, and turns their guns on themselves, and then goes up to Roe, and Roe's like, hey, why would I fucking want you on my squad, bro? And she's like, well, because like I can do this type of stuff and whatever, and I can be your defense person because I know about war. So now he's got his like communication. If you guys don't know what this is based off of, take a wild guess, but we all know that Star Wars a lot of times bases stuff off of real stuff, including certain wars. So now this is the fucking person that's in charge of like the army and defense and stuff like that. So we got 2 parts. We got to get the third one here. Who's going to be the third person here? Well, of course, we got to get the scientist. So they ended up taking over a ship. They're like, yo, we took over the ship and it's got a prisoner in it. And then Roe's like, wait, I think I know that prisoner name. And they're like, yeah, what's up? And he's like, yeah, what's up? He's like, yo, I used to be a doctor, but the fucking Republic, they put me in prison because I used to experiment on people. He's like, well, I kind of need you to experiment on these nameless things. Yeah, he's like, cool, the nameless for sure. And he's like, hey, don't you got prisoners underneath this place? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I'm going to experiment on those too. He's like, and Rose like, that's what I like to hear, bro. And he's like, well, okay. So now he's got like all the sadistic people on him. Yeah. What's that?
Putting together a group for a heist.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You did. Yeah, but it's a different type of, at least we see where this heist is going, right? So now he's got those people. Yeah, he reassembled. At least it's not just storm people again. Then we get back to some of that love making where the Saros chick's like, yo, dude, so we got all of our people. Now we got to take it to them. Let's see what we can do here. And Rose like, yeah, I'll crush them with my hand. Crush them. Dude looks stoked, man. Like, this is really good. I mean, the whole thing was good. The book was good. And that says it's not the end. So huh?
He looks like he like got in shape for a fight. Like
yeah, dude, he does. What's cool about this book, though, is like if you didn't read the novels, this kind of catches you up to almost. I mean, there's a couple extra little good tidbits in the novels, the one that came out before this, but like it's a good way to go, and it doesn't bore you. It doesn't bore you if you've actually read the novels before. It's not like that.
It's not. It's new stuff. Like
yeah,
it's not like necessary stuff, but it's all how these people met. It's good backstory.
Yeah, like we knew that the scientist guy, that guy or Boga or whatever his name is, we knew what he is. Yeah, Booglin. We knew who he was and that he's gonna be the mad scientist.
Well, who could if they ever make him in live action, Jared Leto could play him. It looks like Jared Leto.
Dude, I find Bulan interesting. He's fascinating to me.
Yeah. Well,
especially for
characters. So
especially if you know anything about Ithorians and how they're supposed to be kind of peaceful creatures, like Bulan's completely out of pocket for an Ithorian.
I mean, it's not the first time we've seen that type of character before. It really, it plays on a lot of other things. But I mean, I like it, and we're gonna see how he starts doing. We've seen him in other books. We've seen that he creates mutant type creatures or whatever.
I mean, this is his first appearance, so which is nice as well. So we haven't actually seen him in a comic. We've only seen his creations in a comic.
Oh yeah. We have because they gave us all the art of what he looked like.
Yep,
that's why. So we already knew. Well, so he changes the way he looks like later too. But yeah, it's cool, man. I thought this was a great comic book. Next up for next week, we've got Mandalorian. I think it's season 2, number 8. There's the 1 in 25 incentive that nobody wants.
Actually, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Look, it looks pretty cool. It looks.
Do you think that doesn't look that bad?
Who on the cover?
I like it.
Well, it's just not doing. Okay, well, it's not doing that well right now. So buy it now if you like it, because you can buy it cheap. Also next week on the other end, we're finally getting it. We've been talking about this book forever. Star Wars number 42. There's a 1 in 25 incentive. We're going to get finally the story. I do have a couple preview pages for this book. Luke gets dropped into a red anus and he ends up falling through it, and turns out that he's going to fall into a labyrinth where he, gets splattered, but doesn't die somehow or use the Force to slow him down at all into this main floor. And once again, he gets to see this Sith Lord, who we're not revealing who the name is yet. And the Sith Lord says, oh, hey, did you hear last time when I told you you're not welcome here? And then little Luke goes, oh, but I'm a tough guy, shoo. And he goes, and then everybody else goes, you're a tough guy, huh?
So he gets dropped into Gozer's lair with the 2 dogs. And
yeah, right.
Show up, right.
right.
He falls into an anus. What?
Yeah,
I mean, like
Wonderland. Huh? Fire anus. That's what it looks like. And then his lightsaber all of a sudden goes, but it's also a whip. I don't know, dude.
Between worlds.
Hey guys, we're gonna get 2 books with this storyline in it, so enjoy. At least they'll give us a break. Huh?
I like the lightsaber sound.
Yeah.
I just love how he lights his, and then everybody else lights their own.
We all have one of those.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. Is this so? I was asking before, is this a girl or a guy?
Oh, you're saying there's major ones to this one today. I think
it's a girl.
It's a girl, right?
You think it's a girl?
Yeah.
Really?
I think it's going to be one of the. I think it's going to be. How do I say this politely? I think
nobody cares.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. There. No, it's not going to identify as either. I think that's what it's going to do.
I think we won't identify it, bro.
I think they're purposely doing
maybe
that,
later on or something, but I think it's a comic.
Listen, so
maybe we get this
character. Maybe definitely that character is going to be very important to the story moving forward.
He just said it. Maybe definitely. Love it. Maybe definitely. Moving to the Star Wars story?
maybe in the comic wise, moving forward in the comic.
It's going 2 episodes, and then it's going 2 comic
2
books, and then
issues,
they're going
2
to
issues.
get away from it. 2 issues.
Oh.
They might come back to it
I don't
later,
know
but
why.
But
You
it's
might
kind of
come
funny.
back to
It's
it.
kind of funny how that Luke's gone through all these adventures right before Return of the Jedi, and that's how he becomes the master he is because he goes through this.
yeah, they've had to explain a lot. They've had to do a lot of explaining on how he became a Jedi.
We'll see.
Oh, he
You got
became a
a lot
Jedi
of
Knight, we see.
explaining to do.
Yeah, we had to get a lot of it to get to where we're going. So, yeah, no, I mean, this should be fun though. I mean, honestly, I know I'm saying it's only 2, but like, I really am looking forward to this because we need a break from, the normal writing crap. Like, it's so sour.
New and different. Hey, how cool would it be if this?
You're saying that he keeps saying, hey, listen, he probably isn't wrong. If he's telling you that these A covers, I mean, we didn't have it in the Midwest, but if you're on the East Coast, he's telling you that these A covers are jacked up. Listen to him.
I'm not
to him.
surprised. Not surprised by that anymore at all.
Well, that's not going to be the only. Huh?
Wasn't there another book that was suffering from this a little while back?
Yeah.
Too?
And he actually said, I
happens
mean,
like every
they
other
were
book.
fine by me, but by him, he was right. It wasn't just him. It was like New Jersey. I think New York had a bunch of messed up ones. Down in Maryland, they were screwed up. So, like, if Shohiba
person show up either in the Acolyte or the High Republic when they're in the road, because obviously it's someone down there in that time period.
What?
Who knows?
It could be old Republic. I mean,
it could be old
Republic. The number of lightsabers alone make you just wonder, like, if we're way back.
So here's the one part about Soul, though. If not a lot of stuff Soul does ever makes it anywhere. You get what I'm saying? Like, even when he did Darth Moment, yeah, that made like he did it. You get to see him in 2 more. He stops, and you get to see him in 1 more book, and then it's done. But at this point, I'll take the pause and have a good storyline. So,
I like it when they do. I mean, I would rather have them do several little storylines that are like 2-3 issues long than like try to create these long event arcs that, like, even in other books like Afra or something, like, to me, that
was the trick.
More than like 3 issues.
That was the trademark of Afra for the long Afra was at its best. That's when it was, when they were only doing. Yep.
Now it's like 18 issues of Spark Eternal.
And by the way, you only what's a TPB? Yeah, I don't know shit. What's a TPB 9? So just make 3. You get 3 arcs there. You get 3 different storylines. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trade paperback is 4 issues.
A story.
Really?
4 issues.
Sometimes 5, but usually 4.
Whoa, it's 4 issues?
Usually.
Oh, fuck me. Go ahead, Dom.
I'm saying I'd like to see this character come back in an arc, its own, like, just like a special, like maybe a 1-shot or.
Don't say that yet because you haven't seen the character. You could be the worst
I know,
character ever.
but I'm just intrigued by who it is.
This could turn into.
Once figure out if it's a good character, we'll say you want to see him back.
Hey, maybe it's Palpatine freaking fucking with Luke. Who knows?
No.
Oh, it's Act 2. It was in Sacramento also. Damn, dude. Do you know if it was? Hey, guys, can you find out what distributor that is? Can you find out if that's through Diamond or if it's through Penguin? Try to figure that out for us. All right, and then just hit me up.
Don't care.
Penguin actually is not bad. It's sometimes the whatever. FOC. So FOC, we get free comic book day. There's 2 stories. The only part that's great about this is it's supposed to be exclusive, original material. If you don't read the bottom, 1 story is Darth Vader. Employs a surprise character from the past. This is going to be right Jedi Johnson's dream, right?
Oh,
he gets some Sebe, little Padme. Imperial,
like
and then
exactly
Sebe
like
gets.
her arc in the comics. At least the first.
Yeah, her arc in comic wasn't terrible, but it was the same thing. She had a side group. It's the same shit, bro. And then Luke's going to get there's survivors stranded on Hoth. Luke, Leia, and Hondo go to rescue him. We kind of seen some of this already. It looks stupid. Echo base, lightsabers, snowtroopers. Who cares? Go. Well, it's a free comic book day. Remember, those aren't ever free. So if they give them to you for free, tell them thank you very much. It was a diamond situation. Yeah.
I love this cover.
Also,
that issue of Star Wars.
He was saying that in Vader, the ones that came through Diamond.
Oh.
So what's their name
The last
distributes to
issue,
Diamond, and then Diamond then distributes again. So there's a lot more
Okay.
opportunity for damage. Yeah. So if you have a Diamond distributor, I'd try to find a Penguin.
Aren't they repacked? Right.
Sometimes, yeah,
They
in
ship
different
them to
boxes.
Diamond, and
They
Diamond.
ship them to Diamond. Diamond repacks them in a box and push them out. Yeah, because they ship them in a Diamond box. All right. High Republic Adventures. The Nefarious Niv. This is this just released like an hour ago. Daniel Older released it so we can see what it is. This is number 4. This is gonna be their next Star Wars High Republic Adventures. It hasn't even really gotten to the FOC point this week, but it will be. I mean, East Coast 5 shops had damage to the Afro book. Yeah, I'm wondering if it's a Diamond situation, because now that I think about it, I didn't go to a Diamond distributor. I went to a PGH to get that book, and I didn't.
This is a neat cover.
Yes, cool.
I mean, all these covers for HRA.
Very Pinhead-like.
Here you go, Dom.
Like,
First cover of a Baby Nameless right here. That's all what you care about.
Wow,
Baby
that's it.
Nameless first cover.
Listen, more
thing
bold
is-
chicks, more bold chicks in the background. Stand. So we got a lot of good like Sith
Very
and monsters that
Parker.
we've never seen before. It's good. And a baby
No
Nameless,
feet.
which is really awesome.
Yeah, and an old dude with us.
Yep. But Niv, for people who don't know, it's like Boolin's number 2. So we haven't actually met Niv yet. but we
Boolin's a
know
dark
a little-
scientist dude.
Who's
He's
the
the
dude?
guy that
Dark
we just talked
scientist
about.
dude is number
Who's the
2.
dude with the cane?
I don't know.
That looks like one of the things that they've kind of built. So who knows? We'll see.
And the person behind it can't be, but it almost to me looks like Crix, but maybe it's.
Yeah,
I hope-
I
I hope Crix isn't alive, but Lula survived, so maybe Crix does
Crix
too.
probably did.
I'm getting like strong,
arrested?
like Yuzon Vong vibes from the guy with the cane.
He was arrested, and then he was on Starlight Beacon fighting
supposed to
Lula when it
fall.
blew up.
Yeah. Nobody ever dies in Star Wars. So, hey, keep us posted on that. All right. Do you have an IG or
that
something?
kind
we
of looks
can
like a
follow?
woman, though.
It does, right? Oh.
Yeah, Crix kind of looked like a woman too. All right, so let's go back and look at a couple books. We kind of already mentioned this book real quickly, so we'll see how it's doing this week. The 25 cents copy for Darth Vader. What was this, 24, 22? Whatever it was.
42.
It just came out. 42. Thank you. 42 that just came out this week. The average sale of the day for this 1 in 25 on the day it came out was only $12.99. However, as the week has gone on, the price of this has gone up. In the last couple of days, the price of this book has gone from under ratio, strongly under ratio, to touching ratio and above ratio. The last one to sell was 3 bids for $62.62, $24.95 before that, $25 and $26.20. Available. See, this is where it's going to be funny what happens with this book. Available, there's now people have realized, because there's people watching it, they're trying to sell it for $55 and up. Yeah, I know. I hear you.
Like the first appearance of characters in it, right? That's why.
No, it's just that people
No.
love this cover.
Okay.
There's
It was that
nothing.
stupid book we just read.
I know.
Like literally. But some of these Vader books, these 125s, they hit because I mean it is a fire cover. Like the shit looks cool. And plus, how many people were ordering that much because nobody's reading this fucking book?
Yeah, that's the
So
problem with these.
So then there's also an auction going on with less than 16. Should be around 16 hours less. It only had one bid for $49.99, and then 2 more starting at $5.99 with no bids. And I think that's the 4 that are listed on the interwebs. So I don't know if you need this book. Hopefully you get it for the $5.99. I mean, there's a lot of days left on that. All right, we told you we looked at it. We will. This book, which is Dom was saying is interesting. We knew we were going to talk about this, so I wanted to real quickly. The low for this book, and by the way, the low is kind of like sketch. I should have put it in red because it was so far long of a pre-sale on this book that who knows what it actually was. Who knows?
I mean, there's one seller, and I know who they are because I bought.
Oh, you got this, didn't you? Didn't you?
I didn't buy
$15?
this one because I didn't get there in time because I was busy. They sell all their 1 in 25s far in advance for $15.
Yeah.
So I bought a lot from them. That's just one of the people that I always
Cool.
try to look out for. But so I mean, all their sales are always $15 because that's what they sell all their 1 in 25s on. They never change their price. They sell it like 2 months in advance, $15.
It was about 2 months in advance. It was a little bit more than that, but yeah, okay.
You gotta let me know.
Last
Why
5
would I let
sales.
you know?
Look at him. He's giving you guys all the secret sauce today. So
Okay,
now here we go. Last 5 sales: $49.99, $54.99, $55.96, $48.88. Which I think that was like a conversion thing from Canadian to US. So somehow it's cheaper because like people get all confused and they just can't write a calculator to figure it out. And $59.99. Now these are all pre-sales and available. Pretty much what you have left is for $55, $59. There's a couple there around the $60 mark, and then like everybody's reaching at like $120, $130 already going into the week. I do not know how this one's going to handle when it comes down, but I think because of all the hype that this thing's got since since FOC, I know a lot of people ordered this book. I just don't know if like people. I think this is one where people are going to hold it and then just remember that it was hot and not remember why. Because Sith, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Sith sells some Star Wars, so
it's also
Yeah.
an issue arc, people.
It's what?
Issues. You don't know what's going to happen to that character in 2 issues.
no, I know that, but like.
yeah.
That it is palatable, like because at first people thought it was a brand new one. They didn't realize this character had already come out before.
Yeah.
I don't think people are going to read the inside. I'll
I
be
don't
honest
think
with
so either.
I do like the
They're
cover.
just gonna pick it up for the cover. That's
Yeah.
it.
And I got the first,
I have to
her
say, it
first,
looks like Gozer.
his, hers, whatever his first appearance. I got the second printing and the first printing packed away someplace.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So
Well, speaking of that, Dom, we knew we were going to get into it. So here we go. Star Wars number 35. This is where we get this dude. What's the name of the guy that's on this cover?
Quick.
Doctor,
Quirkword.
some
Doctor,
Quirkword.
whatever. Dude, whenever you're searching the other one, this comes up too. We get a high here of $65, a low of $17. Now, I'll tell you something about the low.
Quada is their name.
Yeah, Quada real quickly. If this book is very interesting because the last 5, as you see now, I'm starting to highlight questionable sales in red. That the $17, and I'm not saying anything about it. Just it was an auction, 8 bids, $17. Literally a month before, same seller, same pictures, auction, $18, 8 bids. So I don't know what's going on with that book, but I put it in there anyways. But this book, this much later, still going for a ridiculous amount, in my opinion. We're going for 40, 29, 32, 50, and 33 for the last 5 sales. Available in this is a 9.8 for $200. There's like another 9.8 for like $210, and then somebody I think wants $600 for 9.8. And at $38.95 is the cheapest available that I've seen for the 1 in 25. Yeah,
Jeez. People are trying to milk money out of this shit.
well they're getting it. I mean, this sale of $33. These are all sales in this month. Like this isn't like I'm going back 3 months on this shit. It's this month, dude. So like,
Wow.
yeah, like December, like 30 days, December through January. So yeah. So if you guys have this, maybe it's the time to sell this. Maybe
I
it's
don't
not.
have this book. Actually, wanted to get that. I don't even have
And-
this book.
And then we kind of talked about this book last week. We thought this book was going to be something good. And it turned out it didn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that Star Wars and Raza is like gold.
Yeah.
I highlighted the red, and I'll tell you why in a minute. The high, this sold way ahead of time. The seller sells all the books for about that much, I guess. I don't know if it's a package deal. It's whatever. It just is what it is. Most of the time, there's not even pictures. It sells as the book's listed before they have pictures of anything. I don't know what it is. Sometimes eBay, I'm not saying this is the case. Sometimes eBay sellers sell bundled deals to people or whatever. So I put it in red. I'm not saying it's not a real sale, but I did want to give you guys the next highest sale too, which was $50 for this. The low, which was right after that 56.14 sale, Wayseeker's Friend, $15.
I bought that one. Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, that was the one you bought. Okay. The last
You got
sale
two,
for
right?
this. What?
You got 2 Wayseeker, right?
I got 2.
The last sale of this was, well, he told us that last week. That's how we knew it was going to be a good book because he pumped and dumped the shit out of it last week.
I'm not selling it. I'm not dumping it. I'm
The-
dumping it,
the-
but I'm keeping it.
the
It's
last
not dumping
sale-
it. Hold on to your book.
Damn, you're one of those guys, huh?
The last sale of this book was $47 with 9 bids. Everything seemed on the up. Available raw copies. I really think people have hard time conversion ratio, and they can't figure out that even the shipping is in CAD, Canadian dollar. So it's $43 Canadian, $32 US, but that's $13 Canadian for shipping. But like to ship the other stuff, the regular versions of it, the next version down, they wanted $38 or $40, I think US, and then they wanted $9 shipping. So it's still cheaper to buy the Canadian version of this book. I'm not sure you'll get it or not. So I put it up there just for that. So there we go. So $32 US if you want that one. Auctions right now, there is a $19.99 with 0 bids, 22 hours left. A $9.81, 5 bids, 3 days left. And a $9.99, 1 bid, 3 days left. These are maybe not promising numbers to see this book hit $50, but still, if you got this book for a ratio or sub, at least this next week, it looks like you got a deal on it. So there you go. I don't know what the future holds, but this is a dope one. I hope you guys got it. I think we gave you guys enough. We talked about this book enough to bury you in it, to be honest with you. So, we're even live on X, Twitter. So there you go. Sex and Cis sells. It does.
We know Dom loves Darth Talon. That's what you get with Darth Talon.
Mm-hmm.
They should bring her back, really, man. That's another.
So those are the books I covered. If you guys want me to look into books next week that are coming out or going through, that's pretty much what we're doing at this point. So we'll continue to do that. If there's other books you want us to pull up in a week that you think are interesting, let us know. Oh, okay. Speaking of that, what do we have next there? Wayseeker.
10 keys.
Let's do the 10 keys since we love comics and talking about the market.
Man. All right. So this is the 6th quarter. We've been tracking numbers now. We've been going along for a while.
This is the 6th quarter for this?
6th quarter.
Wow.
So that's a year and a half
going on.
This is a year and a half we've been doing this.
Year and a half we've been tracking these 10 books.
What
These were 10 books that we wanted to see how they were doing, what they were going to do, and these 6 quarters have been something. We'll say that. So again, we're only looking at CGC 9.8, none of that CBCS, none of that stuff. We're not looking at any variants. We're not looking at any newsstands post 1990. We're only looking first printings, only eBay sales. We give a quarter update. That's the normal rules. So
thank you for the book report.
If you're new to this stuff, that's what we do. Hey, it's what I do. I'm a book report person. You know?
There we go.
Can't help it.
At least he admits it.
All right. So we start off with everyone's favorite, Dr. Aphra. This one has taken a hit in the last couple months. Last quarter, where the average price was down to $215. They said 32 sales. The range there, as you can see, 186 to 270. That 270 was, you can see, is kind of an outlier because the average is way closer to that 186. There's over 4,200, on census, which is a crazy amount of 9/8 for any book, especially for Star Wars.
This is tricky.
Where are we at with Aphra?
This is tricky because listen, this is why, guys, he's asking us, are we above the average of 215 or are we below? And this is where this is a tricky book because there was the one outlaw of the 270, but 31 other sales were closer to the $200, $186 range, which I believe seems like it's at a reasonable price. So I don't think the average is going to be 215, but I mean, I think the bulk is going to be between $165 and $210. You see what I'm saying here?
170. There you go.
This book is taking such a hit. We
don't do anything with them.
I know, but they still have comics.
Yeah, but
I know, I get you.
So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to say 195.
Yeah.
he's
Average.
got 175.
Yeah, 175.
I've got a 170. All right.
BK's saying your hairline's gonna sweat when you see the Thrawn.
Thrawn's coming up in a little bit, so you'll see
190. See, I like the 190. See, this is the only reason why is because 31 of these sales was in that 186 to 215 range. So this is the only thing.
Yeah.
What do you think? Let's see what it is.
174.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Down 19%, 40 sales, actually more sales. In the range, there was a 140 was the low, 225 was the high. Census went up.
I wonder what the condition was at the 140 though.
I don't check all that stuff out.
Yeah.
Too much work to do for all that, for all the sales. But
no, I agree.
60
the census number
added to
went
the
up.
census.
really wish they would
Jesus,
have
who's getting
something-
this shit graded at this
I
point?
wish somebody would do something with her, man. Sucks.
No. Hold on now. And this is what I was thinking the other day while I was talking to some of the friends, because some people that are on YouTube also are in the streets all the time. So I was talking to one of my friends in the streets, and I was saying to my friend in the street something this and something that, and he was talking about how some of these books did. And I said, you know something? How long did it take Miles Morales to hit? Remember Ultimate
while.
Fallout? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like not a while. It was like a long time.
It took really about.
Was it 10 years?
2006, 2008, 2006. He premiered, and
so like 10 years,
at least 10 years. Yeah,
and
it hasn't been 10 years yet for Afro. We're going.
Go ahead, Dom. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I think it was 2008 or 2010.
Yeah, it was one of the two. It was 6 or 8. Yeah, when Ultimate came out. Yeah.
He if people didn't catch on, now he's catching on more.
No.
People like him more.
It's one over that. Do remember when that was happening, we were having people at Diamond Summit screaming about how diversity will never sell in comics, and why can't we just get new characters instead of remashing up characters? Which, whatever, but like that's what happened. I mean, that had happened, and it was taking a dive for years. So like, but my point is not that. My point is the developmental of it. If a character like that took 10 years to develop, like how long do you think it's going to take, especially with the setbacks we've had, because we have had setbacks. And by the way, think about those years between 2008 and 2019. Marvel was, I mean, they were hitting home run. It wasn't like Star Wars where they were swinging for the fences and throwing up L's, dude. They were hitting a lot of home runs as far as the media concerned.
You know, the problem, it was not a problem. It's the fact is that Disney likes the characters that,
11
lesbian characters, and
they come out at 11.
Thing. I'm surprised that they have not had her like maybe a cameo in a cartoon or.
I think they were getting there. I really do. I think a Book of Boba Fett would have been good.
I think it would. Yeah,
we were getting that with the Black K Chrysanthemum kind of lead in.
I think it was going that way. Yeah,
but
now we have to wait.
So bad that like now they
Venom. It was 11. It was 11.
Oh, 2011. Okay.
So it was like 7-8 years. I mean, that's what I'm saying. But with that, like, and that was a major character. We got like 8 years out of that. We've gotten, was this 16?
15.
15?
Yeah.
15.
Yeah,
so
late 15. Yeah.
We're about there. We're about to start to look at it. But once again, we did have the fallbacks with, I mean, Book of Boba Fett sucking, a couple of other issues that we've had.
Man,
and it not being a Dave Filoni character at this point.
You get me pissed off about the Book of Boba Fett, man. They could have the Crimson Dawn. You got so much stuff in the damn thing, and
they didn't.
They
didn't. We got.
No, I get it. I'm not trying to take you.
It
was too though. Thank you very much, Venom. Thank you. But I'm just trying. I'm not trying to get you ticked off about it. I'm just saying, like,
I'm just thinking the possibilities of things that could have been.
Realistically, like, this is where and I don't think any of us, no matter what the first two news articles were, will argue that Star Wars isn't as healthy as a position 8 years previous as Marvel was 8 years previous to Ultimate Fallout. Like, there's no way. It's just not even close. Right. So,
this one, it's hard to believe it fell below that 200 marker. A long time ago, we just couldn't even fathom it. And now you're like, where are we going? We're going 140? I mean,
130. 130. Why would this go? Why would this not go to 130?
Yeah, that's crazy to think about where this thing's going.
Drop a little bit more before it actually picks up. Think about it. I got a lot of stuff that's going on right now, and the Mandoverse is such a wide open door. There's so much they can do. I could, she could pop up.
She could.
There's so many things. All she needs is a name drop for her book to really take.
I agree.
Do you know what helps her out? Let's be honest. It's not even that she's a female. You know what helps her out? She's got 2 droids that people love.
They love the droid.
Yeah.
And the one thing Star Wars knows, because those things will sell. If they can figure out a way to position death droids, it's good. They're going to sell.
An Indiana Jones archaeologist doesn't give a shit. She'll take you out. And that's the thing. She's a badass character that really.
this thing
She's
hits.
still the best. She's still the best character that Marvel has come up with since the reboot.
I know that there's a lot of these, but like this book hits 120. People are just stacking up on it, right?
I'm stacking up on it at
At
120.
120, yeah, it's a stack up time, right? Like that's the breaker where people just
Why
start-
not? I agree.
All
I
right,
like to have a whole
Here-
shitload of
Here you
Go
got
ahead.
year over year, because this is what we wanted to do last time we talked. People asked for where we at year over year from the end of year 2020
we got you.
to 2023. So at the end of
$100 drop.
2022, this was a 273. So yeah, we've lost about $100 or 36%. The high sale in the last year was 350. The low sale was at that 140 range. And as you see here in your chart, here we are since we started here, and we were at 323 down to 174, and we're still in
Stop.
Venom,
pretty
I
low
agree with
territory.
I agree with your statement, but now that they have, while they have literally put a co-lead on it, so it looks like Filoni's going to lead the Filoniverse, and then there's going to be another person who is the equivalent of Filoni in the same position, because it's a co-position that
Yeah.
will lead the other form of content, which hopefully that gives us a lane for Dr. Afro.
Do you know what? Another thing too is if they come out with a Funko Pop, all kidding aside, Funko Pops.
How many Darth Revan Funko Pops are there? Darth Revan.
There's two. You have Darth Revan when he was a Darth Revan and when he became Revan.
Yep.
So,
I've seen them both.
I have them both.
Speaking of Sith,
Scott, hold on, give it to him. Wow, horde mode is about, dude. I mean, like, why would anybody at this point slap that book? But yeah, wow, horde mode is about to be a game. You got it, Dwayne.
This is the first Bane, right?
this is first
Yeah,
Bane.
first
Yeah,
Bane.
first Bane. One.
Yeah.
201 was
actually
the
have
average
these-
sale on this one. The range there you can see is pretty close with the 184 to 225, 7 sales.
Yep.
Census here is 196 before, which is much more reasonable for this one.
Actually, I have a couple of these laying around.
Nice.
In 9/8, just chilling there.
No, God, I wish they were 9/8. Probably less than that, but like, I have they're in backing boards and stuff. So
Okay,
Good book
so this,
going.
I have a version of this.
You have the
Real nice
V version of
I
the.
have a real nice version of this. Yeah, I think this is the one that, like, out of all the books that we have on the list, I can't remember what the other 10 are. I think this one has a shot of staying like even closer to similar.
yeah,
I think this one has the biggest shot because, like, there is no Bane. Like, there's not. The one time we had Bane was the one mentioned in a fucking cartoon. How long ago was that? Like 15 years? 12, 10 years?
It's been a while since the Clone
It's
War.
been a
Yeah,
while.
long ass
Been a
time
while.
since Clone Wars. So, like, that's the only mention we have. So if it says $200, yeah, Ruben, I'm actually going to go, if the average price is $200, I'm going to stick around $199. $199.
160.
160 for Dom.
There's just not a lot of these that sell.
213 stays right there. This is up 6%.
Hey,
Oh, wow. Okay.
We got one that's in the positive.
6 sales.
The
See,
range
that's why
there,
190.
the range there's about the same with a little bit on the top end, a little bit higher. 6 sales. Census went up by 5.
Hey, you got to go find those. Sell a couple, man.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, I mean, this one has been one of your more steady ones lately, not overall, as you'll see here. For the year over year, this thing's dropped 32%, which is kind of what we'll see with a reoccurring trend. 312 to 213. Your high sale for the year was 399. Your low sale was 186. So that's where you're at.
Did I misinterpret? Did I mishear what you just said? That the 32% decrease year over year is going to be a theme.
I think we're going to see that a number somewhere in that vicinity. Maybe not that high, but we're going to be seeing
Somewhere around there, like 26 to 32, which I think we kind of talked about this before. Like, that's kind of like where we're looking to see where the market squares off is when you get like a similar, like across the board percentage wise tail off. So
yeah. Bane
right.
was mentioned in season 6 of the Clone Wars, which came out in 2014.
so 10 years.
10
10
years.
years.
So as you can
Wow.
see here in the chart, I mean, this one,
Go back. No, that's not Bane on the cover.
no.
No, it's
No.
Bane's only on the front cover of the Dynamic Force.
The Dynamic Force
Yeah.
one.
So, but we have one that so far that's up. Next, we're looking
There you go.
at Ventress, I know this one is not one that Marco cares at all about. Wants to see
No,
this
no,
one
no.
off
That's
the-
not. Hold on. That's not. Stop with these fake. You're worse than BK with the fake narratives. Okay, that's not the case. This is 100% not the case. The case with this book is very simple and very easy. I just don't think, I don't think it's a book that sells because I don't think there's that much want for this book. Is kind of how I'm going.
Average sale price before was $234. We had 8 sales, range there from $175 to $275. So you can see that average price pretty close right there in the middle.
Nice.
Census of these are $269. Where are we at this quarter on the Ventress?
I am going 170.
I'll go
170.
190.
190 for Dom. Dom
210 for Darth.
Rubens 210.
I just don't think, I think some people think that this is Mace Windu's first appearance, and then they find out that it's not. And then they're like, oh, okay. And then they're like, wait, why am I buying this again?
We got lots of people in the chat think this one's going down. Nobody thinks this one's going up.
Wayseeker, if this says one sale, if this motherfucker says one sale and it says that it sold for 280, I'm punching you in your baby maker, dude, because there's no
225.
225.
Just down 4% though. A lot
That's
more
not bad.
solid than people think.
No, that's not bad.
You
Actually.
can see here that the range there, the upper, both of the ranges get a little tighter. The low sale was not as low as the previous quarter, but the high sale was not as high. There were 6 sales. Census went up by 8.
8 people resub this book. You know that's a resub, right?
Yeah.
Because 6 of them put them back up for sale. Probably all 8 put it back for 6 of them sold. So that's definitely a resub. Somebody got that, they broke it, cracked it, and resubbed it. And there we go.
I remember owning this book at one point, but I think I sold it.
I have multiple of these, and this one of my favorite because I love Ventress.
I think we would have a better shot if we asked Wayseeker, is it above or below 10 sales? And I'll tell you why in a minute. All right, let's go. Next book.
So this is year over year.
37%.
37%.
Oh wow!
Right in that third.
Right to 225. The high sale in the year was 425. You can see the chart here.
Oof. No bounce
Looks
back.
like maybe it's tailing off. We'll see if that continues, or maybe we'll see that 190 drop keep going further. I don't know.
I don't know that. I think there's no way with 40% happens. I think we're kind of plateauing, right?
We'll find out.
We'll see.
Hopefully. I hope so.
That 32 to 40%, right?
Oof. Kanan 6 on the other side of Ahsoka. This one we love for the cover. This is why this one is appreciated. It's not first appearance, but it is the more expensive of the two because a Kanan one has just so many different variants, and this one isn't. And so, where are we at with Kanan 6?
Okay,
on the other side of Ahsoka.
Is there been more than 20 sales on this book?
I have to look up the numbers, but I believe there were more than 20 sales on this book.
I also off of Ahsoka, so that it's a fire sale, which means there's a lot of these have been going up for auction.
I'm not positive on the numbers. I don't have them in front of me, but
I think this
average to you know what I feel? This is what I feel. I've been trying to study the post appearance average. All right. And this would be a full quarter post appearance average. So 4 months, pretty much like 6 months, to be honest with you. But so I'm thinking that book, it's going to be around 225 is what I would think that the low price would be on this. Yeah, I mean, you might get a 180 here or whatever, you know what I mean? But probably around the 225 would be the average plus 20 sales.
I'll say
200.
What are you saying, Dom?
190.
190. What a drop that would be.
I think the low might be lower than that. I think the low 180, 175. But I think
I think the low was pretty low if I remember right. But
no, 225.
235.
Oh, I'm off by 10. Did somebody hit it in the chat?
Wow.
No.
No.
265.
235. It was not quite 20. 216. But the range there, the low was 175. The high was 278. 16 sales. Census went up by 24.
That's what you'll see. I think this is what we're going to see with the books that when people are like, oh, Star Wars fans are going to love this because it's the first true first appearance. Star Wars fans aren't stupid, right? They know what this was. This was a first cover appearance that people wanted to call a first appearance so they can make money off.
I will say, I did see a Kanan 1 sale in
Mhm.
the 80s. 9
Yeah.
mate.
Well, there's 1,000 of those fucking books.
I know that's the hard part.
The problem with that, there's like 50 Scott. There's like
they're
1,000
generally-
Scotty Youngs.
They're generally still running. Canon 1 and Canon 6 have been kind of on the same trajectory where Canon 1 runs about half the price of Canon 6.
And there's 4 times the amount of books of it, though.
Way more books. Because it had the 1 in 25 Plunkett.
It
has tons of
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, if you want, you got to consider. If you consider it to the rarest variant, I guess that would be more on par to comparison. But
yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean, like this makes sense. 175. I was off by $5 on what the low was going to be there. You know what I mean? Like the high does surprise me. I guess at 278. I just think like this is
there's always a Christmas sale where like somebody just buying it as a present, and they're just going to go with the highest sale, the highest one that's up there.
But I really want to see what the next quarter, like the full 6 to 8 months, is going to be here, because I really do want to see like because it doesn't make a difference like how long you want to wait if you're gonna wait and when you should buy a book. So if it's like post Ahsoka, is this the new thing? Is this the low that gets us to 215, 235, or are we going to legitimately go just 160 on it? You know what I mean? We got to go just go 160. So
yeah. So for the year, you can see this one's down 28%, not down as much.
Bad.
Because it got the big Ahsoka bump at one point, and
it did, but then it came down. Yeah, it came down.
Right, because you see that in the map. You'll see there it had the nice big Ahsoka bump from 329 to 412, and then came back down, and is still on that downward trajectory. So this one could have a little bit more downside compared to the other books because it isn't as down year over year as much as some of the other ones. So maybe it's got another 10% down.
The Vader cover was the half price books cover, right?
The BAM,
Books a Million.
Books a Million.
Same thing. Yeah. Dude, you used to be able to find those at 4-packs all the time for $1 for the 4-pack.
Yeah.
We're gonna make some people mad here.
Where are we going on our favorite Revan? 664 was last quarter. Again, this one generally has very few sales. Again, 3, 4, 5, kind of in that range for the quarter.
Considering I just bought a near mint plus raw for what was it, $80 the other day?
Yeah.
Or that was like 2 months ago.
601 with 770 was the range. 290 of these things on census.
I don't think we could get much below
450.
You think it would go all the way to 450?
Just like I'm taking an axe to everything. 450.
Well, he might be right. If there's one sale of this book and somebody's just trying to get rid of, eventually people are getting rid of the books like they can't afford to hold on to anymore.
I know.
But Dom, you have to remember, people were paying $17.50 for this fucking book.
I know they were, and that's the crazy thing. Back in the pandemic, people were paying crazy money for this shit.
$550, $610. I would have to say I was kind of in the Wookiee thing, the Dwayne Scott Wookiee. I think in the low, there's only probably 2 sales for this, maybe a 480, maybe, but I'm thinking more like 5.5, 540. I'm with Dwayne Scott. 530, yeah. I'm liking this area right here. I don't think there's more than 7 sales. What?
7 sales at 605.
Wow.
Yeah. The low was 550. The high was 700. 7 sales was exactly the number that Census went up by.
This book is still holding tight.
It's still holding.
No, that's what the 700. That's what held. Like 2 of these sales held this off because the 5 end would have brought this down sub 600. It's only 605, man.
Yeah.
Like that 700 makes the difference in a 7-book sale.
It does. It makes a big difference. But
because that one sale, which I assume was the sale at the front end, not the back end of the quarter.
I think it was a Christmas sale too.
Do you?
Really? Christmas sales. I think that was the December sale.
It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be first full rev. A lot of qualifiers to tell you what this is, but like this
cool
is
cover. That's what you got.
You get cool cover. You technically get him in his mask for the first time. You don't get Darth Revan. You get Light Revan in his mask.
Yeah. In
the background.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I mean, you've already had 2 appearances before in Tales 23 and KOTOR 0.
And Flip. Yeah. KOTOR 0 Flip, not in KOTOR 0. It's the Flip.
Yeah, the Flip. So year over year, this one is actually done the best.
Yeah, probably.
13% down year over year.
Yeah, but
674 to 605.
but it's
Right
done one
there
of the
with-
worst. Out of all the books we had, this thing was set. I'm telling you, 1765
I know,
at the
it was
height.
so high.
I know,
It was
and
so
you
high.
know why I know why.
I know you know.
But I'm telling you, that's like woof, doggy. Woof.
You can see the chart though. It had that big drop before we got started. That from 925, that was on that downward trajectory that we talked about from 17 to going on. But it had been really stable. We did see a drop for really the first time in a year. Everything else had been stuck within like a $4 range, and so we dropped by 60. So maybe this thing is starting another downward trajectory. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing gets into that 500, 450 range someday, because I don't think Revan's coming anytime soon.
Don't ever get JJ started on what the spec on this book was,
Yeah, well, listen,
because
That's right.
might get Revan in
he-
the Acolyte.
there's a lot of chats that he was on going, what are you talking about? So all it is that they say that Revan's a cool character, so Star Wars has to do something with him.
We might be
That's
getting Revan
literally the
in
spec
Acolyte.
that was being thrown out there. What?
You might be getting Revan in the Acolyte.
We won't get Revan in the Acolyte, Dom.
Dom, what
Dom.
are you talking about?
No. The new Dom. New Dom.
I know, I'm just saying. Who knows?
Oh, I switched these things up wrong order. No, I didn't put the slide in
You're
there.
rude,
Oh,
you're
well,
rude.
whatever. Heir of the Empire 1. This one.
Woo! Good mistake, Wookie. Cheers on you, bro.
Wow.
He got 2 of those KOTOR 9s. He grabbed a double of it because it used to be like it was a cheap ass book.
Yeah.
Nice.
Heir of the Empire 1. I didn't put the first slide in there, whatever. You can see this one only had 4 sales. This one was really fascinating. There was actually 8 sales of this book, but 4 of them were newsstands and 4 of them were non-newsstands.
Oh, can I go back to that last book? By the way, Wookie, not to make you jealous, but the book that sold for 1765 was bought for 50 cents. I know that for a fact.
Because you
wow.
For a fact, I know that. I didn't buy that.
Oh.
I'm not saying I bought it.
JJ's coming back on just to talk about it.
I don't
heard
let's
us,
talk about it.
he heard us talking about this book. He's like, I'm coming back to
JJ,
talk
this book.
shit about this book.
JJ telling people in chat, stop pumping this book, and people just blocking it. Like, dude, we'll tell people like we did earlier, hey man, your jokes aren't hitting, like kind of cool it down a little bit. No, people were hitting up with messages going, your buddy JJ's in my chat destroying me. Why? I was like, what did he say? He said, he says Revan's not coming. I go, okay, well, he's not coming. Like, what do you want me to tell you that? He's got to. I paid so much for this book. I have to pump it. Guys, JJ was there. For those that didn't know, we remember JJ, we had that thing where we were going to do we were going to do a list every week and identify books that we thought were undervalued. And we started the spreadsheet. And there's a lot of people who were involved. Like all of a sudden, like people jumped on it, including some like incel from Arizona, and invited all these people on there, and they started buying all the books off so that they could pump them. And this book, they wanted us to forcefully put on it because a lot of them had stocked up on this book, and we're like, the character doesn't have legs, dude. So we just didn't do the show. We're like, we're not gonna put that on our show.
I told him.
And since that,
I told him buy Thrawn. Like,
Yeah, he did.
Buy somebody, you buy Thrawn.
he said, I should pull up that. I still have that. 'Cause
Eventually showed up. Guess who showed
I
up?
saved that onto a chart, including the whole chat with all those dudes in it
2
and what
years
they were
ago.
saying. Yeah. It was on the other channel. Yeah. It was. Yeah. You're gonna be spiking forever on this, bro. No, it was cool, but I mean, it was cool. So actually, when we left the other channel, I think somebody did like a pump and dump on it. As soon as the minute we left the channel, a pump and dump on this fucking thing
Somebody
happened.
did.
It just happened like a fucking minute after we left the
About a
channel.
month later, yep.
Was it a
There's
month
whole
later?
Sunday
Yeah.
Special about this character. Like, Sunday.
Yeah, I wonder.
Compete
Damn,
with
man.
us.
Hey, look, I mean, being on a teacher salary, it's tough to be wasting that much money on books and then them turning to be $400, dude. That's tough.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing at that. It's just tough, bro. But you should have listened. All right. Next up. Oh, he hit the whole number on it. What happened, Wayseeker?
I missed a slide. That's all right.
Oh, it's all right.
So the next one.
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, man, we can't. Okay.
No.
So here we go. This is the book JJ was telling you all to buy, and you chose not to buy it. Or some of you actually did. Average sale, third quarter is $861. Fourth quarter is $708. That's not that bad of a
bronze.
drop off.
I mean, 18's a lot. Let's not lie. 18's a lot. It's not horrible compared to where other things are at, but
Meh.
we're after.
Hold on now.
After
It's kind of the
Ahsoka,
norm after the show.
yeah.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. It isn't because we looked at that. We looked at the other Ahsoka book, the 6, and that thing dropped 34%. This thing only had 4 sales. I mean, people aren't desperate to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And it only dropped 18%. And looks a lot better, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
the
agree.
height is going to be there anymore.
But I mean, and you can see the range of this thing was really tight. Like there was $675 to $725, $50 range for all 4 copies. Fell within
That
that
doesn't
range.
pump anything.
Census went up by 9 or 11 somehow. I don't know how this one keeps going up. The newsstand, like I said, there's 4 newsstand sales, and they were really fascinating because those newsstand sales were not outrageous. So like 1,100, 1,200, which makes you wonder, like if you're spending $700 for a 9.8, you just spend the 1,200, 1,100 for.
I wonder what
newsstand.
Matina's looking like.
Yeah, we'll have to go back to the
Yeah.
Matina and look
Yeah,
at it,
go
see
to
what that's
Matina.
doing afterwards.
We'll do it when the
This book is so
Thrawn
much more
series
scarce,
comes out.
though. I was always kind of surprised that this book. For one, I'm actually kind of surprised this book doesn't have more 9.8s on the census.
Agreed.
Yeah.
It does.
Because of the quality of the
And I was
100%.
surprised it climbed to the height that it climbed, honestly.
Because of how many were there.
Because, yeah, there are so many. People don't realize that, like, early Dark Horse Star Wars was large print runs. I mean, it was
Huge.
I think
Huge.
When people think Dark Horse Star Wars,
Enormous.
yeah, when people think Dark Horse Star Wars, I think they think like the later like miniseries and stuff like that because there wasn't that many out there. For these and like Dark Empire, there's a ton of them.
But no, I
There's
think
so
people.
many of them out there.
I think
Tales
people
of the Jedi had a bunch of issues too.
Yeah, and
Tales of the
I
Jedi,
think
yeah.
people forget this about Dark Horse even when you're saying that. Do remember, and we've tried to say this before, and I think at the time people, now we've got a lot smart, like there's a lot of people who've been in this for long enough that they figure this out. Dark Horse, when they lost and you've seen this with other properties recently, but when they lost the rights to it, they had a pallet warehouse sale where they had all these printed copies that they had never shipped out because of how it worked with KOTOR 9. Maybe not so many of this book, but there's a bunch of other books that were in there, and they were shipping palletfuls. You could buy them. I think the pallets cost you, I think if you filled up a pallet, it was like $600 or something like that. I can't remember the exact number, but it was somewhere around there where you could buy a whole pallet of never touched books before. They would just wrap it on the thing and ship it to you. And they were throwing extra fucking books on that bitch. I mean, they were throwing whatever they could just to get, because they had to clear
It was
the
a literal
warehouse.
fire sale because I'm pretty sure whatever they didn't sell, they set on fire afterwards.
Yeah. No, you're right, JJ. That's what happened.
I had a buddy that bought one of those pallets. So yeah, runs a comic book store. I know of that. He bought one of those pallets.
BK, this isn't anything we haven't
There are
said
so many
before.
Early Dark Horse books out there.
We've 100% told you
So
and
many.
told you who the people are that were doing it, man. We've
Yeah.
never not said that. We've been honest about it. At least some of us have.
As you can see, for the year over year, this thing is only down 20%. So
Yeah.
887, 708 again. We'll
That's what I'm
see.
saying. Like, this is good, especially. I mean, yeah.
There was that
Especially all
crazy
the
high
points JJ
sale.
made up.
There was that crazy high sale, 1425, when during the height of Ahsoka or before that, when you had that. So you can see by the chart, this thing went up, leading up to Ahsoka, and now
That
it's
was
on the
crazy. Yeah.
down.
I don't know.
But I don't know where this thing's going to go. I still think it has more downside, personally.
Hey, Brock, you say that, but you have to remember what was going on with Dark Horse at the time. Disney was taking it over. Dark
People
Horse
thought
was
they were
like,
done.
yeah, like no, they thought Dark Horse's doors were going to get closed. They thought it was over.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
And by the way, mind you, if I recall correctly, that Dark Horse pallet sale was only like 3 weeks. Like by the time you got notified, you had like, and yeah,
It was a very short amount of time to get in there. Yeah.
And let's be honest, nobody wanted Star Wars comics at that time.
no,
That's why Dark Horse had pallets full of.
And by the way, if you also remember what happened, Marvel did their back issue trade paperback pallet sales at the same time. And by the way, that shit was selling. So people were already cash strapped because they were just like, what the fuck ever.
Sure. And some of those trades, yeah. I'll still go for decent money.
Yeah. See, Wookie knows about them. Yeah. I know there's one place where I walked in and they had they had pallets on the floor, and you just go through and pull it.
Yep.
Oh, what year was that?
It's like 12, right?
Yeah, it had to be
13.
It was
Somewhere
after 8. It was it had to be 12. I want to say
I'd say 2012 ish.
11, but it could have been 12.
It was about 10, a little over 10 years ago, probably.
Because I think Marvel had their blowout in 8. They had their first pallet blowout in 8, and then they brought it back to combat the Dark Horse pallet blowout. So, or 9, maybe they had a 9. I can't remember. Yeah, you also got to remember that was going on during the recession, so it wasn't like it was a great time. Like it was. Yeah.
Just a few more to cover. We got 4 left. Dude. We got the Ahsoka itself. Last week we looked and we saw what was happening with the variants. What do we think's going on with the regular one?
Oof.
I'll say 1,400.
That might be right.
I'd say 1425.
I'm a little more down on that. I'm gonna say like 1250.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna say. I don't think there's more than 3 sales in this book. So I'm gonna say, the 1,400 might be right, because I think maybe the high was probably 15, the low was probably 13-ish. So probably 14 there. 910?
910.
910.
Oh wow.
Ruben's.
We're gonna do a dancing 4 horsemen if that thing's 910.
Not going over. We're talking 9.8. We're talking 9.8 price, right?
12.97, but
look at
15 sales. The sales was up. People was dumping this thing.
Holy shit!
We had one high sale there, and that was at the first.
I thought this was supposed to be the coolest cover ever, the best cover. People not realizing that this is actually just a homage to fucking Star Wars. Like
Rookie Fanatic was off by $3.
Star Wars, was he? Rookie Fanatic, give it to him. Where is he? Holy shit! Oh man, look at that!
Wow!
Wow, you 3 right here. Wow, you are right in it.
Yeah. Wow. Census jumped again.
It might not be 1,100. Might not be.
But 1,100 was the low. But it wasn't. It started to tick back up. This is something interesting. There were 2 1,100 sales that both happened in November. All the December sales were like in that $1,400 range.
Thinking that maybe the $1,000 is the flat line on this.
So that's the question: is that 1,100 the flat line, and we're starting to tick back up, or will that bottom hold?
So you do know, hey, so Venom, just so you know, this cover is taking off of the end scene where you see Leia next to Luke looking out into space. Like it's from the movie. I know a lot of people didn't know this.
Also, bad Dave Filoni art. It looks like Dave Filoni took one of those Bob Ross airbrush painting glasses or something.
That's why was it 3 where he does the other cover? I actually think his other cover's better.
7's his other cover.
The 7? Yeah.
He
I like
has
that
better
one
art than this. This is
This
is even for Filoni, who doesn't do a lot of art.
I like his the Sith book art. He did the art on the Sith book. That one's
because it's shitty art. Is that I think Deadly Venom saying the same thing as you.
They actually did this scene in Tales of the Jedi with Anakin and Ahsoka looking out the window.
Yeah.
So we'll see where this one holds. With that, again, it did look like it was ticking back up the last month of December.
It might tick back up as soon as we get something with Ahsoka again.
We'll see where this one next quarter leads us this way. But as you can see, year over year, this thing's down 28%, from 1,808 to 1,297. The high sale in the year was 2,525. The low sale was that 1,100. You can see the chart. It did tick up there during the show.
Yeah.
Just kind of like that Thrawn, and now it's kind of on that down slope as Thrawn is. So they're very similar. What's going on between the two?
What happens if we don't get anything on Ahsoka for a full year, full 12 months, 4 quarters?
Maybe we'll get something in the new Tales from the Jedi is coming.
No, but
we'll get something from Ahsoka because Filoni's gonna put something out for. It's Filoni.
Yeah, you're right.
The floor on this book. I think the floor on this book's about an even grand. I think you'll see it go down more.
Yeah, it's an even grand.
Let's be honest. What did we all say? I think part of the thing that might hurt it a little bit is what did we all say the worst part about the worst at least character development of the show was.
Was Ahsoka's.
Yeah.
It was her, right? It was Ahsoka's. So
Yeah, but there's so many
I
crazy
don't know.
fans
What
about
does
it.
that say about the future of it? I don't know.
I agree with that, but there's
look at 15 sales and you still went down on your average. Like your sales went up and your average went down. That's not a good sign
yeah.
for the future of this thing. Like,
Yeah.
if
The
sales
demand,
go up,
the demand was
you know,
not
there should
there.
be some competition of sales. Well, demand was more there than there was in Q3.
Well, no, the sellers wanted out, you know.
There's 15 sales.
So maybe it was demand was down,
Well, I
but
wonder how much of this is like a.
a lot of
You're
the auctions. I have to
I
go
wonder
back.
how much
but
of this
also
is
too,
driven
but
as
Jay-
like a-
But JJ, you'll see this too, especially like at this price level. If all of a sudden you pay $2,000 for this book and you see one pop up for $1,100, you're going to move some money. Not everybody, and you can't do it with a ton of these books, but you might just
I'm not
pick that
saying
one
it's
up
a
for
bad buy. Like I said,
No.
I think the floor is not too much lower than this, but I still don't know that it's at its floor yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I agree that $1,000 average might be probably where the floor is, and you'll sneak in a $950, $935 every once in a while. But we're talking about one book selling out of every 10 that we'll get thousand out of. You know, I don't think that's out of realm. No, I don't think so.
No.
Uh,
question
just
I
wanna-
Both we buy all. I think
back up to where it was.
I think we buy for everything. I think
I buy more for long term. I don't know about the other guys.
Yeah, I'm no longer, like I don't, as far as like the term flip or whatever. As far as that, I don't like most of my stuff's held for quite a while.
I
Like,
buy
Yeah,
it.
buying.
I never saw anything.
yeah, it depends, Brian. So like I sell books. I mean, I sell books, but like I buy based on the feeling. So I'll keep, but I also keep a lot of shit. I keep a lot of shit. Obviously, I keep a lot of shit.
Too much.
Yeah, I probably keep more. No, that's not true. I sell more than I keep, but I keep a lot. Like, so I need to know where these prices are going with this. I spec on what this price is going to do because then I buy collections a lot, so I need to know when I can buy it. I mean, but that being said, I picked up the KOTOR 9 the other day. I picked up, I pick up single issues every once in a while too if I think
Yeah.
they're too cheap.
To be honest, I'm not
it's
a flip guy. I don't really sell. I'm more of like a PC guy. I'm private collection more than anything else. So, guess that's why I'm more long term.
Like
Yeah.
I'll ride the wave, so to speak. Like for instance, in all honesty, I sold one Thrawn book the entire year last year when the Ahsoka was on. Like it was shortly before the show came out, so it's like, I sold one Heir to the Empire copy. And I only have 3 copies, so.
If you've ever watched the tax show where we do the like budget and then we buy some book, like that's kind of what I do, and then I keep some in safes. Like I do have safes that have books in them because they're very expensive and they don't fluctuate like this. They stay at a higher rate. But I really just do cons to hang out with the homies.
Yeah, you can see the chart we showed there. Got 3 left. We got Dom's favorite, Boba Fett, first appearance, Star Wars 42. This one, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on where this thing went.
That range, that Q3 range worries me.
I put it on the thumbnail, hoping that maybe this book didn't take a complete shit in a toilet.
Well, I got a feeling third quarter was 2010. I think it's going to be like 1850.
I could deal with that. I could deal with an 1850 average,
I could deal with that too.
but I don't.
I'm going down to
That's
16.
the case. Well, look,
1,000. Wait, God's like 1,000.
Hey, but this is why I see what JJ's doing. Look what he's doing. He's doing total sales, right? 5, 1450 to 225
yeah.
high. Yeah. So I get what he's saying here. I get what he's saying. 1750 doesn't sound bad either.
And look at that!
Look
Look at that split in that range.
And
I like these two numbers right here. I like 1650 and 1750. So I'm going to go 1700. I'm going to go 1700. Dom, what do you got? Oh, shit! Shit in the bed! Shit the bed! Shit!
1850.
Oh, I didn't even put the percent in there. I was so distraught.
Well, you know what? Listen,
Shit.
you know what?
The
I don't
bed.
mind because it's better for me
Over
because I can get my
what,
damn freaking
20, almost
do you
20.
know what?
Mark Jewelers.
I saw a newsstand of this go for $1,200.
Damn.
Dom, you wanted your newsstand because you don't have one. 9.8 newsstand.
No, I have a newsstand. I have a 9.6. I have 9.6.
But you have a 9.8 newsstand.
Oh,
I have
there's
98.
8 of them. I thought there was going to be less sales.
Sales were
That's
up.
what fucked me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even more on census.
Well,
The
I wonder
census
how
went up by a
much-
lot too.
Look, I know that we're not talking about any
I
of
wonder
the,
how
the
much
variants
sales
or anything
numbers
like
are
that, but
driven
the
by
Mark Jewelers,
Christmas. But
they had a 4.5
Yeah.
for $500. I was thinking about getting that.
Dude, this thing just dropped like fucking 40%, bro. I would wait. By the way, Brian, this is why we do this segment. This segment isn't about like flipping or it's like let me see how the market works and maybe when's a good time to buy and when's not. If these percentages are staying, now we've seen a couple books. If it is within 16% range, like we got to let that kind of fit, figure itself out. It's probably going to be narrowing down at that point. If we're seeing these big 30 to 40% drops, like, bro, that's a little bit unstable there. We're hoping that's the end, right? We hope the
scary
clearance,
one to own right
we
now.
hope the Blue Light Special stopped on these fucking books at this point.
Another figure to look at.
Blame BK for running
The
out the
census
screen.
on this book
He
is
skipped.
the census on this book at 9.8 is still growing. Like this is like
How?
I don't know what a Spider-Man 300, Amazing Spider-Man 300 comparison or something. Like I feel like the census is never going to stop growing on this book. There'll always be new 9.8s. Now some of that may be resubs, not taking all.
Yeah, it could be resub with a new line or whatever. You know what
Listen,
I mean?
Hey, Brian J,
Good job. Give him a round of applause. Good job for
I
it.
didn't pay a lot. I paid for the direct 285 9.6, and I paid less than $300 for the newsstand 9.6. So I paid less.
You
on
did.
the,
You got a
uh,
good.
the
Yeah, it was
9.6.
good. Yeah, you've had that one for a while, but you might find another price point to where you can finally get your 9.8.
I'm gonna get my 9.8s eventually.
Yeah.
I got to feel this book will shoot up again.
Are you okay?
I actually wouldn't mind.
Dom's voice went like.
grabbing-
Is that my headset or did Dom's voice change in his speakers?
What do you mean?
He sounds farther away. No, is that just me? It's just be me.
I think it's
That's
you.
It's just
Okay.
you. I wouldn't mind grabbing a copy of this myself. I'd just be honest.
I don't know when I would buy this one, but
I'll tell you what.
You know when the census stops adding numbers, that's when you buy.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't know when that'll ever be.
you can see on the year this one's 28%, so it's kind of in that normal range. But
Yeah.
all of it happened in that last quarter. The high sale on the year,
Jeez,
4,500. Low sale was this quarter.
Oh, listen, Book of Boba Fett came out, 2020?
Yeah,
221. Yeah.
221.
that doesn't have much to do with this. That's not.
No.
I mean, this is not a
This
character spec
yeah.
book.
no. You can see the nosedive that it took there.
This is the
Sorry.
Star Wars fans will pay anything for their favorite character. That's what that was. That and then all of a sudden they're stuck with a fucking book and they're like, shit, we gotta get rid of it because we're broke.
We got two
tell you
more to
what.
look at. I didn't put the one
Eventually,
inside for this one
it'll
either.
go back up again.
Oh no, too
I
bad.
have dreams.
Oh well. Star
Oh,
Wars
nice.
2. This one was at 2,800 last quarter. This one dropped to 2,540, which is
We just gave
9%,
one of
which is
these
not
away.
what
I think we just gave one of these away.
you
I
did.
mean, not a 9.8, but we gave a pretty nice copy. Yeah, I plucked one out of Baltimore and said, "Hey, Pete, we should give this away." And then he held on to it for 8 months and then gave it
Huh.
away.
We should have given away on this show.
Who's the first?
I have something to give away.
We will.
Oh shit, Tom does after this.
This is first.
Technically, it's Han and Obi-Wan.
Nobi. Yeah.
Chewie.
Oh, okay.
Han,
Yep.
Obi,
So you can see the
Chewie.
range here on this one, 1825 to 3889. 6 sales, which is the most we've had in any quarter for this one. The census went up again by 6.
Oh. He got it. Congratulations.
Oh, cool. Well, I'm glad somebody from the show got it. Yeah, that's good. So 2540. I mean, that's reasonable. 9% drop. I don't.
More sales, 6.3. Yeah.
You can see here on the
Double
chart on this
sales.
one.
Yeah.
Year over
Hey,
year.
hey, who always said Han and Obi? Because Wookiee fanatic would like.
I
it.
said Chewy. I added
Okay,
Chewy.
good.
Year over year, this one's down 17%.
Whoa.
What?
5,000?
With a $5,000 sale.
Oh
in that
yeah,
one
yeah,
quarter.
yeah.
Wow.
That was crazy.
5,000?
That cover's terrible. Just say it, dude. Obi,
Not-
I don't.
Not
You don't even
wrong.
know what I think about Obi. Yeah.
Not wrong.
You see how
No,
Cover
you're
is
not wrong.
terrible.
how bad the artwork is. to the movie.
There were very
adaptation on
few
this.
good early Star Wars,
Oh,
original Star Wars front covers.
yeah.
I still don't understand what was going on that quarter. There was 2 sales that one quarter, and they're the highest. Both of them were the highest sales of that. There was a $4,000 and a $5,000 sale in that Q1 last year that really jumped this thing up.
Yeah.
But apart from that, it's
I mean, that's what happens when you have
Reasonably
low
stable.
volume sales on books that aren't, you know what I mean?
yeah. We got one more.
That chart is ugly.
Star Wars 1, the last one.
I like mine more rounded. I don't like them pointy like that, bro.
Marco picked up a 9.8 on the tech show with this on Pete's wheel. So
Oh shit, yeah. The fuck, that Pete's wheel. I think what happened was Pete got way too much hate mail about how terrible and bad luck he was, so he just rigged the wheel. I don't know that for sure. Just reckless speculation at this point. Is Pete was getting sick of being called bad luck and people yelling at him, so he decided to rig the wheel, because then all of a sudden the reel's giving us like 9 9s of fucking this book and shit. Like, what the hell? It's 1 in 1,000 shot. We hit the 1 in 1,000. Like, if you guys haven't checked out check it out. We do a little fun game there.
yeah, the fantasy game's a lot of fun. All right, what do we think happened on the big one, Star Wars 1?
36.50.
Yeah, I don't think the average went down much, because
I'll say 3,600.
I can't remember what the hell the
You go
price
with-
was in that fantasy game.
I'll go with 34.50, about 10%.
Yeah, I think it's around 36 too. I think it's around. It's 35.50.
3,500. Anybody else want to jump in chat before I reveal?
32.80.
32.80. Marco's
Final offer.
going there. 3,600.
3,600, 37. Maybe it is 37. That sounds right.
33.94.
Okay.
Wow.
33.94. But
10%.
the big thing was there was one super cheap sale that really did throw this average down. It was an 18.75. It was a UK sale. It was a foreign sale. So sometimes, these. It was legit. It was an auction. I was following it. Somebody didn't want to pay for it because I guess they didn't want the shipping or whatever. It was $55, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The shipping, sometimes people, like, you're out of your mind. Like,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But it was an
said
auction that started
37.
at $1, and it was international sale went for $18.75, but 17 sales. This was a huge jump in
that's a
sales
lot of fucking sales, dude.
for this big of a book.
And
But
once again,
and census
I
went up by
wonder-
28.
Are sales
that's what I'm saying. 28.
sales, do you think, driven by Christmas at all?
I think so.
Maybe,
stuff is driven by
some-
Christmas
that's what he's
at some
saying. The
point.
Christmas price
Maybe.
on it. But yeah, that census thing. That's only, you got to be reholstering shit, right?
I
Yeah.
hope so.
That's got to be reholstering.
Just
don't
28
know.
is a
There's
lot.
I mean, I have 2 copies that I could send in that. Well, one won't get a 9.8. One will probably get like a 9.4, but one could get a 9.8. So I don't know.
You should be sending that in.
There's still a few out there.
Ugh, fucking
You know,
33,000.
But you
2,000.
dropped that. You dropped that
probably-
1875
probably
out.
on my
You're looking
level
about
of it.
3,600 for this one. So you would have been right about 3,600 if it wasn't for that one sale that really did skew things. But it was a real
You know
sale.
what blows my mind? The 9.6 discount on this book is a huge gap.
What's the gap?
It's like
I think it's
$800
9.6 is like
right?
about $850 or something.
yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
That's
huge,
crazy.
Huge gap.
But there's so many 9.6s on the census.
Exactly.
We're talking like 3,000 or 4,000 9.6s too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
So-
why 98 is so much money.
Ruben got 9.8. If I had 9.8, I would slab it and sell it. Buy some more raw. Buy a raw one because I don't need a
But he's saying he
9.8.
has one that could. He says he has one that could make a 9.8.
Yeah, I
That's what I'm
would.
saying. Like, I think people still have them out there a little bit.
See, I'd like to get the same.
God,
98.
I
I'd
wish
like
I
to
still
win.
had, like, I had like the first 10 issues on this run for the longest time, and I sold them in the early 2000s, and I wish I still had them.
Yeah. Even this raw, like a good raw copy, goes for like $300.
Yeah.
Like has a chance, like near mint raw copy, you still can get $300 for a near mint raw. So you can
Man.
see here the sale price year over year. This one's down 21% from 24 to 33. The highest sale in the year was 53. Lowest sale was that one outlier sale. You can see the chart there. This one still going down on that regard. You can see our 10 key index for the 6 quarters that we've been doing this one. We started at 16.7. Now we're down to 10.8. In 6 quarters, we look at a 1 year average loss of 23% if you had these 10 books in your collection. And so has not been a great year by any means for Star Wars, but it hasn't been a good year for the comic market. So I don't think that's a huge surprise.
No.
But that last quarter was not stable. And so we saw a pretty hard fourth quarter.
I mean, this is probably fairly in line with the rest of the comics world, I would imagine.
Yeah. I would agree with that. Yeah. One of the things I find so interesting, I started this list 6 months ago, and I put the 10 books in decreasing order from prices.
Yeah.
All 10 books are still in the exact same order on prices. So like what started in 9th place cost-wise is still in 9th place. What was in 10th place was in 10th place. So everything is down, and the order of the books in the order from the lowest to highest hasn't changed in 18 months.
It's kind of amazing too, considering.
Hold on. Didn't one average go up on all those books?
You have new content and stuff that comes out.
Yeah.
All the content, but you have them. There's 10 books in the exact same order. Yeah, one book went up this quarter, but it still would find itself in that 9th spot. So as you can see here, if you would go all the way back, you started with the least one.
Do you think
was this one we started?
Let's say there is an Ahsoka. Let's say there's an Ahsoka 7th season or 2nd season announced. Does that? Granted, it will obviously increase the price a little bit, but do you think it increases the price dramatically at all? Like, let's say over 10%?
No. Maybe 10%, maybe 10%. But no, I don't think you're going to get a big bump.
Here's the thing about
40%.
Here's an interesting thing.
I agree with him.
What? With who?
That it was a perfect storm.
It was and it wasn't. Will we ever see 2021, 2022 again? No. But let's not forget the 90s.
True.
Right? Like in everybody's lifetime, well, maybe not. I'm sorry. I don't know how young Bry J is, but maybe not him because he was in high school. Well, no, he would be around for the 90s of 2000.
Yeah.
So in everybody's lifetime, we have seen this before. The difference is there wasn't as many, once you start seeing, and here comes the hate mail. Once you start seeing too many, I talked about this with, I'm in the streets. We talked about it again. We've seen a lot of card people leave this industry. The comic book collecting industry. Whenever you see a lot of card people getting into it, you'll see an influx of money because of the format of how cards work. A lot of the verbiage that they use and a lot of that stuff happened in the 90s. That's why card shops and comic book stores were synonymous with each other for a while there.
Well, it's like I said.
You saw it again now.
It's like I said on one of the last shows, the ebbs and flows are a thing in comics. So.
But
years.
Yeah. I mean, you got to remember, people were lining up for the death of Superman. It was around the block, and copies of a book that was, I think, $2 was going for almost $50. So if you think about that, the rationale of that, and by the way, there was millions of them, millions,
and now literally you can't even give them away.
Yeah, that's why the low print run situation, you have to know, everything from when, go back and huh? No, it isn't, but there's other people. Yeah.
Outside of just the card market. Well, I mean, from the perspective of, you had day.
By the way, JJ's a card guy too, so we're not dogging all card people. Yeah. We're not dogging all card people.
Well, yeah, but I was
it's sports card mainly
cards, but
yeah, we're mainly sports cards.
Yeah. But you also had during the COVID, you had day traders and people like that coming in.
But they did that in the 90s too.
Yeah,
they did that in the 90s too.
But they're bailing now because they can go back to day trading. The stock market's back up. It's doing well.
Yeah.
So they've gone back to day trading, so they're out too. Just like the 90s when they bailed at a certain point.
But there's always going to be that basis of people for the next fear of missing out. Look at the Stanley Cup situation that's going on right now. Right? Like, I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
know about these things, but if you were around for Christmas time, everybody wants these stupid kids want them everything, and they're going for
Target pink Stanley Cups, man. It's
well,
crazy.
because they thought it was the Starbucks pink one, which is even more like it's ridiculous.
You know,
But there's always going to be that type of craze, and there's always going to be that following to it. The problem with this, the '90s gimmick, and the pandemic gimmick, yes, there's a bunch of external factors in there. People are at home; they had more time to do it. But once you hear that verbiage, reunite in whatever collectible market you're in. I mean, this is the tulip thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we all know that this is not just something that started here. This is all about tulips, bro. It's always happened. It's happened back in the day where the tulip was the fucking thing, right? So we're gonna see it cycle back around again. It just matters at what point it's gonna cycle back around. And if there's gonna be a comic market forever, you know what I mean?
Right.
It just matters when that comic market's gonna get hit up and cycle around again.
I just want to get to the place where we're stable, and that's where I'm interested in. We're like, where you do a 10 key, and you might have 4 up and 6 down, or 6 up and 4 down, and they kind of rotate.
Hmm.
Because right now it's like almost every quarter is like 1 up, 9 down, 2 up, 8 down. It's never 5 and 5.
That, Eric, that's not actually the case. If you look at 2019 numbers compared to current numbers on certain books, including certain Silver Age books, that isn't the truth. Are you saying, are they down since 2020? Well, even in that case, there's Silver Age books that have gotten a rise that aren't down. Like, they're just not down. But those weren't books that were easy to use verbiage. They're expensive already.
Year over year, you're saying it. Year over year, you're seeing it's come down like 7% each year, right?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. But I'm telling you, like, at the high end, like, some of those books haven't. Like, some of the books haven't. There's some that are sticking up in that range. I mean, they're not. What?
I'm sorry, the books on the list, a lot of them, like, you know, like the first Boba Fett, the Star Wars #2, Star Wars #1, those books, you know, those books are getting up there in age. Those books are 30, 40 years old, you know, and compared to the 90s and stuff like that came out, you know, and they printed a lot of books back then, but the 90s had a lot more books.
No, Star Wars 1 had like the most.
Yeah, Star Wars 1 had a shit ton.
Star Wars 1, you're talking
not as
millions.
much as Spider-Man, like say Spider-Man, the McFarlane Spider-Man.
Oh, I think Star Wars 1 had more.
I agree, Venom. I agree, but people, to be honest with the comic market, that's not the only place people were spending money on. They were buying vehicles, they were buying boats, I mean, there was a lot of buying going on in different markets. I mean, the shoe market for one.
Even
people were paying rent.
All collectibles markets were up.
They were paying rent. They were buying other stuff. And
it wasn't just that. It was people didn't have as much money they had more money to spend because they weren't spending it on everything else that they normally spend it on.
Yeah,
people didn't like to eat as much. People did.
Yeah. There's no vacations.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it was a ton of different reasons.
You didn't have to buy your kids' school books or whatever for a year.
I'll tell you this. I don't think it'll be as long. I think there's a lot of factors that played into it too. I think if you had the accessibility of the internet in the 90s during the comic book boom,
Yeah.
Good night. I think the internet had. I know people got checks, but prices of shit went up too during that time. I think a lot of it had to do with the internet is in the perfect storm. But you can do that again. Like, you just remember, I just read an article now on, believe it or not, I still follow it because I always do, but NFTs. Like, think about how much money was dumped into those things that people won't ever see again.
Yeah.
So when we're saying, like, yeah, they were getting checks, I agree, but a lot of those people that were getting checks were putting it in all, like, if you were the type that was going to dump money in all types of shit, you're dumping in all types of shit. I hate you,
and
card
also,
people.
I mean, people were getting money then too, but
I don't hate them. Some of my best friends are card people.
In 2022, the price of everything starts to go up.
Yeah.
Too. So I mean that doesn't help either. In
Yeah.
the collectible market, that takes a toll on it. So
Yeah. I mean, the amount of eyes this is what I did actually with a card person who's a good friend of mine. One of the things that we were talking about was like the dips and all, and I was talking with him saying like the amount of eyes that we currently have, like BK's the perfect example for this, as much as he talks shit, but like BK wasn't in the market 4 years ago, right? Like he wasn't in the market fucking 2 years ago. But now he's going to permanently be in this community and in the market, right? He might have been reading comic books or doing whatever. If he can read, I don't know. That's neither here nor there. But what I'm saying is like now he's not just there, but he's watching the market reports. All this stuff that we were doing before this, all this stuff we were doing in Overstreet guides, and then CGC boards, and then G plus groups, and all that stuff. Now BK is a permanent fixture in this marketplace, and he was not a permanent fixture 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you know what I mean? Like he wasn't. So like 4 years ago, whatever it was, and now he is. And some other people are like that too. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's good. So we did get a little bit of growth that we'll continuously have, but that spike and flow is just, I mean, it is like the 90s. Like we saw, it's not about the getting free checks so much as it is in the amount of people who participated in it. That's where it comes to a blow. The amount of people who were participating during that time has happened before. And holy shit. I mean, now were they buying different stuff? Yeah, people were buying whole.
It speaks to supply and demand, right?
Yeah.
And that's your demand of it, is the people interested in it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I still think
so. We'll happen again, yeah, sure.
When I look for like long term, I want to see like that even out to like 5 and 5 up, 5 down. That's when I'll feel like things are stable. And for me personally, we talked about this a little bit left. I still think there's a lot of those. There's still enough of those buyers that got in, that didn't know what they were doing. They were just speculating buy, that still have to get out. And so that's where I still think we might see some more downward.
You're never going to get rid of all the speculators. There's always going to be
but we had so many that had nothing to do with comics that came in those years. That now are like, we just got to get out.
I think that's what Marco's saying is like,
but you even see like,
but you become a fixture at some point where you're not gonna get out.
Yeah, Yeah, you just sometimes like there's people that will always lose money in this. They will always lose money in it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They'll try to sell you mystery boxes. They'll try to do like Razes that are upside down and really shitty and don't make any sense. They'll just find another group to go do it.
But there are people. And there are people that go into debt collecting. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
We try to be not those people. We try to advise people to be not those people. But there are people that do it. There are people that go.
Yeah, people don't like that message. If you want to hear why a lot of people do dislike us, I guess, besides being jealous that I'm so pretty and so is JJ and so is Wayseeker with his new haircut. Of course, Dom, he's a freaking superstar because he's got acting credits already. Like the one reason is because through it all we have given the same message. You can always look back and see it. It's like, hey, don't spend more than you have. Try to like make sure that you're not falling for the pump. And people that don't like that message because either one, they fell for it, or two, they want to fucking screw you over. Like they're dirtbags. So
to be honest with you, back in the pandemic, when the big boom of all the comic stuff, the people that actually got into collecting were people that normally didn't get into comic collecting, were big gamblers because there was no sports. People were into betting on sports. They took their money and they bought collectibles, and that's why everything got to a
very
point.
true of cards for that era. Card collecting has become a lot like gambling at this point.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you can't go get your scratch and sniff down at the local gas station too. So what'd you do? You're trying to rip packs. Like,
people
I understand it.
Oh, let me get the Hulk 181. Let me get this. Let me get that. And that's why it's freaking shot up, because people are buying it. Buying shit like crazy.
But here's the thing with it. I mean, as much as we hear that part, I do want to preach that, like, talking back to Eric's comment, which I don't disagree with in a general census. Like, I think Eric's comment here is 100%, or where is it? Like, is 100% right in the overall arcing thing. Maybe not in the micro portion of it. I don't know why I'm getting this deep in the weeds, but I feel like it. So this is what we're going to do. In the micro portion, I don't think he's correct. In the macro portion, the wide picture, I believe he is correct in that situation. Okay. Wait, Wayseeker's risking for Nubs.
How much should I wager on Nubs? 1,000?
Not a lot.
10,000?
I would put a couple on Nubs. But here's the deal. When you start seeing this, like the people that and I know we joke around with BK and all, but like even the knowledge that people have now on when you talk to them regularly about what they're looking, the Silver Age thing, we'd always thought like sell modern to get silver, sell modern to, and you've actually seen in that marketplace and why the stability in silver has been better. We can talk about gold, dude. Go watch some videos we used to do on silver and gold. Nobody fucking wanted to hear it. There was like 3 people that'd be like, fuck, this is cool. Everybody else is like, can we talk about Ultimate Fallout 4 or whatever is the best hop, pump and dump flippy? Like they didn't want to hear it, man. And they do now. Like, and they're actually interested and they understand the value in that. And those people aren't going anywhere. Like BK might still be joking there, but the BKs, they're not going anywhere. The Deadly Venoms, the Scots, they're not going anywhere. They're not. They're just not. They're going to be here.
Personally, a little bit. I can speak to it personally a little bit, and I think probably everybody at some point starts somewhere, depending on when we start collecting comics. I mean, I've had comics for a long time, but as far as like selling comics and looking at value of them and all that, it's been a shorter amount of time. And there's no more Wednesday Warrior in me. I wised up to that a long time ago, and I think during the COVID period, a lot of people got into that whole like Wednesday Warrior, get it out on release day, flip it in a week, and you got your window and all that. And I think eventually, when they stick with it long enough, be it, I don't know, 2 years or some point, people age out or wise up to the degree where, like you said, they become more invested in, like you said, buying silver, looking for silver keys and gold keys. And so I think at some point you kind of age out of that Wednesday Warrior process that I think a lot of people enter on.
Yeah.
I think that might be part of it, but I think so like even during the like that's what I'm saying, like the Wednesday warring thing, even the pandemic, that wasn't the golden age of Wednesday warring. The golden age was years, like 3 to 4 years before that, where comic book store owners refused. I think people were no, I agree. But I'm just giving this for context. Where they literally would refuse to go on the internet for anything. If you picked up your phone, they didn't want to talk to you. They didn't care. They would price stuff what Overstreet had, or I've run this business. I kept it open when everybody died out in the 90s. I'm a 1 in 100. Who cares? Nobody really cares because it's covered. Nobody called in to ask me to hold it. So whatever. $20. Put it for $1. I mean, it was there. Like you could go in and get Delados. I still remember going in and just going up to a wall where there's a stack of Delados for the variants for Spider-Man, for Venom.
Like quarter ratio.
Yeah. No,
I remember
it was 70% off.
Long ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we're talking like 2016, 75% off. You get it, and you're just giving them to your buddies and putting them up. And like, cool, I'll take that money and go buy a collection with it. Like a collection from the same area the store is. So you're out buying the store at that point. That disappeared after like 2017, 8. It really got hard because the internet once again started positioning people into like, I think like some of us, maybe some people, there was a lot more people helping back then in 2012, 14, going into 16. And then something turned where the internet people just started becoming internet popular, right? Like I'm a person on the internet and people will listen to me. So I'm going to say X, Y, and Z, and they're not in the streets. You know what I mean?
I also think the shops and dealers, I think, wised up to the internet more too. And the fact that, they realized that you can get, if you pre-sell, let's see, a variant, you can get 50% over ratio for it rather than selling it for half off on release day or something. And, they've wised up to that secondary market pricing.
Yeah. I think during this time period, during that 2020, the shops, because I know what got into the shop chats, they really, because if you don't think that the shops talk to each other, you're out of your mind.
Oh, they definitely do.
100%. They have personal chats with groups, large groups. There's 3,500 brick and mortar shops. There's groups that
when you go to a convention, all the vendors know each other.
Anywhere for 20 to 500. Yeah.
When you go to a convention.
Yeah, dude. A lot of us. That's the other thing. You got to think some of these guys are on the road. Like I reduced my load from being on the road like 30 times, 26 times to like now only doing, what do I do now? 9. But like those guys I see on 9 are also the guys that are still doing 30 to 35 weeks on the road. And most of them are doing it together. If you think they aren't like, yeah, sure, some of them hate each other and don't, but for the most part, you wake up, you got to smell that guy taking a shit in the crapper next to you when you have to stop at the truck stop or wherever you're stopping or in your hotel lobby or whatever, right? Like, you know them that well. And most of us get along pretty damn well, or they do. And me to my subpar of being in the realms of that. But if you think we don't know each other, like, yeah. And if you think we don't talk about it, yeah. And if you think maybe keep a little secret here, a little secret there, sure. But those guys love to talk and brag. They love to brag. So like, they'll talk a little.
I know a card vendor, two couples that own shops and are big time dealers and for cards in neighboring states, and they literally travel a concert together and have adjacent hotel rooms, like almost everywhere they go for all the cons they go. I mean, that's how they know each other. So,
yeah, I mean, it's not. I mean, there's good parts about it. Like, there's a lot. That's why, like, that was the biggest part that I hated about this whole thing. When people were shitting on like store owners because they didn't really know because they were pulling shady shit, and it's like, oh yeah, they kept posting that one stupid sign. You know, we've all seen it. We've seen it 100 times. That one fucking sign. I think we've seen it for 4 years. I have the right to refuse whatever the fuck the stupid ass sign says. Out of one store, and then when people didn't have content, every 6 months they'd bring it up or put it up, right? Like, I get it, but like a lot of these guys, like, this is the other thing. Like, if you get in good with one or two of them, you're gonna get in good with like a dozen of them, right? And they're going to take, like, you're going to be okay because these guys, yeah, it's a network. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're definitely different. You have to be smart. Now, what does he say? If you're not looking up prices on your phone before you buy a book, you're a fool, easily separated from your money. And believe me, like, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't too long ago. What was it, 6-7 years ago, where you could just you couldn't memorize everything and go in. Like, now they don't mind because they're looking up on their shit too. Like, that wasn't the case 6 years ago. It is now. So, I mean, whatever. I get 20% off my pull. Let's have the major people. Yeah, but I guess a job helps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Liking to read helps too.
Zaggy's got it. Zaggy's got it right here. The pretzel baconator is back. So that's the most important news
what is that
of
thing?
the week.
What is that?
Wendy's, baby.
Is that Wendy's?
Wendy's.
Yeah.
Oh shit! They
Wendy's.
put it on a pretzel.
Yeah.
Pretzel bun.
It's pretzel bun. Yeah.
Bacon.
So
Yeah.
good.
Hold on. Now let me remember this. When they first came out with Baconator, it was just on like some like white like the McDonald's like cheeseburger
White.
bun, right? Or,
Right.
Crappy bun.
Right.
Yeah, just plain white where all the grease soaks up in that bitch.
Listen,
Yeah.
But I think the pretzel would be too heavy, right? Like,
No, it's good. It is
It's
so
good. It's so
good.
good. Pull this
It's
up. Let me
deliciously
say something.
salty and
I'm not a
buttery
big
right
fan.
away.
I'm not a fast food
Delicious.
guy when it comes to burgers from like fast food places.
yeah.
Wendy's is freaking good. I eat burgers in regular joints like Gotham Burger and friggin' you got a burger joints that make real burgers. I love shit like that. But Wendy's Baconator is good. It's really good.
Yeah, dude. Let me ask you a question about the
What's the best
Baconator.
New York burger, Dom? Best New York
What?
burger. Go.
The best New York
burger. Go.
the best New York burger is Whitman's Burger
Yeah.
in the
Whitman's?
city.
Yeah.
Can I ask? Wait, can I circle? Okay, cool. But can I circle back to the
They make a peanut
Baconator
butter-
for a question?
A peanut butter bacon burger.
So let me ask you a question with this. Is it, if I recall correctly, the Baconator has like the fake cheese on it that they put on their the baked potato, and also like a square block of cheddar on it,
Correct.
too, correct?
Both. Yeah.
Damn,
Yes.
I
it has
I
all
can't
kinds of
go
cheese.
there. I'll
Listen.
die if I eat that shit.
So when I was so,
It's like the
so,
fake it's like fake queso almost. It seems like
Yeah.
you have your regular cheese, and then you got the queso that's with.
when I went to Vegas a couple of weeks ago, in the hotel they had a burger called the Charleston Burger, and it was peanut butter bacon, friggin'
I love
delicious, man.
Poor Dudley Venom's the best. Give him the fucking
What?
bell. Oh, sorry, no, sorry, dude. There we go. The ending. We go for once again. I love it.
Oh,
Ah.
is that, all right. Oh,
Well, go ahead.
I'm sorry. There's another place called Bill's. It's a bar restaurant near Rockefeller Center near my job, and they really got some good burgers there too. But Whitman's Burger is really good. I say Whitman's because it actually is the only place that really makes the peanut butter burger.
I don't
Yeah,
know about
Whitman's
that peanut
is
butter
good.
burger.
There's a place. Who's our Florida people here? There's a place in Coral Gable, and like the whole family works there. It's a small joint, and it was like one of the first places to do the donut. Like I'd never even heard of a donut, a burger on a donut before.
Burger.
No. Hold on though. So I had it there. Like they have like this has got like you see your server come up, their high school picture. Like they laminate the tables with all the people that work there's high school pictures and shit on there, right?
Uh-huh.
I had it there, so I was like, "Holy shit, this is amazing!" And then, like a year or two later, like places started popping up, going like, "We serve this," and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." We had one down there, and it was not the same. Whatever that fucking place is, I need to figure out where it is. I hope that place is still open.
There's a place in Dubai. It's called Burger Boss.
We're going to Dubai for burgers.
Oh my God!
Mission trip.
I've seen that online. Holy shit! And there's supposed to be one opening up in the United States somewhere. I don't know where. Watch it opens next to JJ. I'm like, damn. I'll have to go over there.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, it's called Burger Boy. They got these huge the burgers look phenomenal.
Dude, my cousin is
Pete's
good.
paying. Pete's paying for our renovation trip to Dubai.
To Dubai, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. I'll wait for that check to cash.
You're live from Dubai.
I will tell you this, like Jen, is if you guys don't know who Jen is, she used to be on the show a bunch. She's my cousin, and I have gone comic book hunting with her before. I maybe one day I'll retell that story because I'm not sure a lot of people have it. Maybe I'll have her on. Actually, I just talked to her over the holidays, and we were going to arrange because whatever. Either way, she is very impressive because I will tell you, out of a lot of people when they say they're going to dig and whatever else, like she goes hard. She goes super duper hard, and it gets you pumped up to do it again. So like whenever we are in the same area, we go together. Like, oh, I spend a lot of like we do. Yeah, it's fun. It is fun. She really is good. Check her out.
Those young flexible people have the advantage.
Dollar digging,
Pennsylvania Wendy's.
Don't slow your nose in your hand.
Oh yeah, she's very. Yeah.
You got to go to Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Donut burger.
Yeah,
it was good.
There's a burger place not too far from here. There's a burger place not too far from here that will put anything on a pretzel bun for like 50 cents extra.
Not actually. There's a burger joint. There's a place next to my job. They take a glazed donut and they make a burger. I had that shit before too.
That's yeah.
So there's some. Are you doing a giveaway today? Are you doing your giveaway?
Oh yeah, are we doing a giveaway? How are we doing a giveaway at?
I don't know. I was thinking let's do
we don't have the thing that Pete has. I need to learn how to.
Yeah,
she is on. Where is Jen? I don't even watch her.
Nearing Nirvana.
You know what?
Nearing Nirvana.
In the chat.
I don't fucking know, bro. I don't know.
Great cousin you are.
Marco, can you do the wheels?
Marco's proud to support family.
Right? I talked to her. What the fuck? I talked to her on the phone. What do you want me to do?
Mark, go ahead. Just put one in the chat and you'll spin through.
Chat best burger. Just put hashtag best burger. And
yeah, I can't do that because I don't have the spinner thing. I don't know where that is. Somebody call Pete. Let me call Pete. I don't have my phone on me.
It's crazy.
He's asleep.
Unprepared school children.
Can we do it next week? Doc, can we do it next week?
All right.
What's up, Doc?
Next week.
All right, next week we'll have a giveaway. Well, I'll get the hashtag fucking thing.
We'll do it next week.
All right. So we got the game. Are we playing the game here?
Now let's play the game. All right. So speaking of Pete, we used Pete's discount book. That's two terrible lists. And then we had Faye come up with a list for us, which is much better. He used an encyclopedia. Oh, she's not a poor lady, dude. She is not a poor lady.
That's not the right list.
Yeah, this is okay. So this is from the discount book that Pete gave me as a Christmas present. Look at Ali's sticker still on it. Here it goes. He said, these are the lists you need to use on this show. It's reluctant heroes. Okay, top 3 reluctant heroes on these 5 because apparently they're just getting a list of 5 things. Jen Urso, who is Rogue One. We know that. Finn. Okay. Jar Jar Binks.
The worst list. There's only 3 possible answers.
No, Han Solo, Blaze, and Cassian Endor. Those
There's
are
like
the.
3 answers total. Like you can't pick 2 of them.
I don't know where Ruben is. I know this. What do you want me to show you the book? This is what Pete wants us to do. So this is what we're doing.
I better get a scripted to buy out of this. Come on now.
I'm confused.
We got to pick our best 3 reluctant heroes out of the list.
Best 3 reluctant heroes in order.
Blazing up and,
No, I didn't hit enter, man. Come on, man. I had a bunch of shit going on today. So it's Han Solo, Blaze, Cassian Andor, Jar Jar Binks, Finn, and Urso.
Urso and Cassian Andor.
I know it's supposed to be a space, Venom. I get it. We fuck up every once in a while.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seconds of 6.
Like the
It's
American
still-
Gladiators version of Han Solo.
Your number 1 is Han Solo. Like if anybody doesn't have Han Solo 1, they need to be off the show.
I don't, dude. I'm telling you. Listen to Ruben. Ruben's gonna have Jar Jar Binks in it.
There's you can't.
Misa number 1.
Your number 1 is Han
See,
Solo. From there,
look, Jar Jar Finn.
from there, you can have an argument, but Han Solo is your 1. So like,
I really like Blaze.
Han Solo.
Blaze doesn't
Number
make
2
my
got to be
three.
Cassian Andor, right?
What?
Did Cassian Andor make your list because of the show?
Yes.
Cassian Andor, man.
Yeah.
All right. So if I had to choose here,
Yeah.
I'd say 3 would be Cassian, 2 would be Jen Urso, 1 would be Han Solo.
That's my list right there.
I question the reluctancy of Jin though. She like kind of wanted to.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I do
about hero,
too.
I guess it's defined
Listen.
hero, but she wanted to mix it up with the Empire. She wanted to
My list,
be there.
Yeah.
my list: Jar Jar Binks, Finn, and Cassian Andor.
That does not surprise me. That doesn't surprise me at all.
Tom's gone.
Jar Jar Jin
I'm
and
gonna
Finn.
work
I'm
next
telling
Sunday.
you. I could argue at one point that
I would.
Blaze over Andor could make sense, and that the only reason you wouldn't put that on is because you actually enjoyed the show better than the character. I could argue that. I could say that you could.
Good at the show though. Like the character,
He
the movie,
was,
absolutely.
but Blaze was like really good in that movie. I think you gotta go back and watch that. Like
Yeah, no,
he was.
I agree. If you're just going on the movie, for sure. But when the TV show just puts Andor above Blaze.
But even the stories, like the background story of Blaze, I think is a little bit better than the background story of Andor. Think about it. So I would go.
To actually strike Jar Jar from this list.
You
based
can't.
solely on his voting record in the Senate, which allowed the Empire to rise.
Misa was a
I put the
Sith
strike
all
Jar.
along.
Bro, this is the book. This is the book he gives me. What do you want me to do with it? Literally, I had to add Andor because really the list was Ursay, Finn, Jar Jar Binks, Solo, and Blaze.
Wow.
Like, and then the next one said on a different page, Andor was a reluctant hero. So I was like, well, why wasn't he under the reluctant hero error? So like, I mean, look, I'm trying to do everything I can to help this out, but
it's called Burn That Book, is what you should be doing.
no, we're gonna continue doing.
This game sucks.
All right, Deadly Droids was the next one. You got BT Battle Droids. You know, those are the Roger Rogers.
Yeah.
Droid Echo. Those are the ones that roll.
The rollers.
Shoot up. Yeah, the rollers. IG-88. We all know who that is. Forlom. BB-9E, which is pretty much BB-8, but the black version of it.
Black version.
I don't even know how that one was deadly. He didn't do shit, did he?
He did nothing.
Whatever.
Just
Why
rolled
is
around
Chopper
and-
not out here? How is Chopper not on this list?
Chopper's on the other one. Dude, the other list. You want to know what the other list? A Viper probe droid. Here, let me tell you what the other list was. And I was thinking about doing it because they're both droids, but I wasn't. Oh, there's the Knights of Ren actually has its own page.
Listen, I'll go for the mouse droid that had the Spark Eternal in it that jumped in the ship and friggin' did everything. I'll take that mouse droid.
Get out of here. Hold on, where's these droid things?
The answer is Chopper 1. Everybody else doesn't matter.
No, there's no Chopper one. You gotta.
What about 000?
They don't have it because
They have to be in the movie.
book of lists. Yeah, the Galaxy Worth of Trivia. It's trivia too. Oh, there's trivia in here. No, I am your father. It's a trap. What the hell? Of course you know. This is not a good book.
This book.
This book is
Yeah,
I could
terrible.
write a better book.
Yo, who put
Just
this book together?
use my
A
list.
non-Star Wars fan?
Jeez.
We're gonna use your list on the last one. Hold on.
Has a non-Star Wars fan put this book together? I can tell you that.
It might have.
Somebody
Knights-
down below.
Knights of No. Oh, just wait till I get to Knights of No. That's gonna be a
Someone that
good
likes
one.
nubs.
Or Servants of the Empire. That's gonna be great. Servants of the Empire.
Great.
Where the heck is the droid one? I think it was in green here.
Wow.
Does anybody put? We are doing. It is
We're doing
Forlom
top
IG.
three?
Forlom, yeah, top three. Forlom IG88 and oh fuck, the probe droid, right?
What actual book are these coming from?
This is the
It's called
I don't know.
Star Wars books and lists. Star
maybe
Wars book and list from Ollie.
Droidica might get
There we
3.
go. That explains
Yeah.
it, everybody. It's coming from the Star Wars books of list.
I think IG88 is 1 for me. Forlom
Does
is
this
2.
have-
Droidica's 3.
Reverse order for me. I'll go Droidica, Forlom, and IG88. So same
I'm
as
getting old.
Wayseeker.
What was
I
this shit called?
did
Deadly
a lot
droids.
in battle droids.
Nice. So we actually got some.
You know
Down.
what the most deadly droid is?
The deadly
You know who
droid.
the most
What?
deadly droid is?
Chopper.
Yeah, the medical droid who decided that Padme just gave up on life.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
That's true. That's true.
Dude, I gotta. Okay, deadly droids. That's page.
Lost the
What does
will
it
to
say?
live.
What the fuck does that say?
Meanwhile,
What
2
page does that
hours
say?
later,
Can't see it. Can anybody see that number?
What?
No, no, I can't see.
No.
Hold
Two
on.
lines of figure back.
I don't know.
I'll be back. Oh, fuck it. We got a book none of us can read.
I can't read it because
What are we doing?
you're not even full screen. If you
We
put
have
full
your
screen,
finger on
read it.
the thing
Make your
too.
screen big.
Yeah, your screen is like a 2x2 box. You're barely reading a book in front of it.
All right.
Yeah, why
Your
isn't
finger is like
HK40?
over half of it?
What are you guys yelling about?
Why isn't HK47 on this list? Like,
All right, deadly droids. And before deadly droids were called distinguished droids. This was a list he wanted me to put up there. It is noble droids that are not R2D2 or C3PO.
I'll put Rosie up there from the Jetsons. I swear.
BB-8, L337, R504.
K2's got to be on
Chopper.
there.
Yeah, K2. I said that. That was the first one. K2. That's up. And then Dio, the bot. Nobody gives a shit.
Is K2? Is Katie in there?
No. Nope. Yeah. All right, here's the last list. This came out the encyclopedia that we were talking about last week. Thank you, Faye. Try to save this segment.
No,
there you go.
Oh, dude, it's weird in here. All right, High Republic Jedi. Here we go.
There's a lot that are missing, so that's the interesting thing. So like Bell's not on here, so I can't put Bell on here.
Hey,
Whew, it's a tough list.
Mm.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and give my
Chris. Where the hell's Avon Chris?
I'll go ahead and give my top 3 off of this list.
Yeah.
Buryaga, Dagan Gera, and Yoda in the number 1 position.
Well, that's all the wrong answers.
Buckets of blood!
Dagan,
Buckets of blood!
I would also like to point out Dagan and Centauri are High Republic Jedi, but they're actually from Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right, listen. I'm going to take Yoda number 1, Ezra Man, and Vanessa Rowe.
You're better. You're better.
Wayseeker, I don't even know why Nubs is on this.
Nubs isn't in my top 3. Nubs
I
isn't in my top
threw
3.
I threw Nubs on there for Wayseeker.
Chris, that's my freaking
Just
number.
shows you
I'll
Nubs
go-
becomes
I'll
the
go
most
next.
deadly of them all in the future.
I'll go next. Burry is 3. Elzar is 2. Vernestra's 1.
JJ, do you want to crack at this or no?
What were we picking, like most powerful or what's?
No, just top 3 favorites.
Or just one
Just
favorite?
whatever. The right
3
answer
favorites.
is like who are the best.
I'll go Elzar 3, Vernestra 2, and I don't know. Maybe actually I'd probably go Vernestra 1 and Burry 2. Going by just this list. Although my man Reese,
Yeah,
I'd have
Reese.
to be number 1. Just saying.
So I'm putting Ezra. I like Ezra the best out of this series, so I'm putting Ezra at 1.
Elzar.
I know he doesn't know that name.
Oh, what did I say? Ezra?
Yeah,
Elzar.
Elzar.
Sorry.
Bridger.
Sorry, Elzar, man, number 1.
World
Yeah.
between worlds, going back in
Yeah,
time.
I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out because I have Ro and Kiwi in the same like 2 spot, but I have I kind of have Burry there, but I kind of don't in 3.
Marco drafts Sav. That's who he drafts to be on this list.
Yeah, Sav should be on the
You
list.
should
I
have
like
did a
Sav.
burger list.
I guess I'm gonna go. Ro is 3, Kiwi is 2, Man is 1. I think that's probably where I'm gonna go. I really want to put Burry in 3, but I can't. I don't know. Oh, sorry. I like Kiwi. I like Kiwi.
You're the lone Kiwi.
I like it.
I like Kiwi too, but Kiwi.
You know what? I very much look forward to her story though. Like I want to see her become the Trinus of the Lost 20. Like that's what I want to see.
That would be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's why I think that's why I kind of, it's like the same thing with Ro. I don't really, I know we're getting her, and that's like my expectation is like to get her story coming out here in, what's this called? But like, yeah, Acolyte. But, that I think I'm looking really forward to the future on both. That's why I have Kiwi and her in like it's like a melted same, like my excitement level, because I know we're gonna get like big chunk stories. That's probably gonna be pretty good on those two. But like, I really want to like read more about Man and hear more about. And I think Buryaga is probably the funnest character out of all these.
I can't
Like
wait for no.
Isn't Buryaga going to be in Acolyte?
No,
No.
it's a different Wookiee. We don't know, but it's not Burry.
Not that we know
Okay.
for sure. I don't think so.
Well, they said it was, but that you never know, because they were also giving us spoiler covers that they had already spoiled in books that weren't a spoiler.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really.
But that's it. I think if you take like
like how he got stasis sized or whatever.
What's that? Who?
So
No,
Dagan's
Dagan?
background. I would want to see
Oh,
Dagan's
yeah.
background, like how he got stuck in stasis or whatever you
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
want to
No, I
call
think
it.
of it.
I'll tell you what, man. With the whole Acolyte series coming out, if anybody's really game, really think about it, that would have an appearance, a flashback or something. You don't know. That's why.
Well, we know Ro's going to be there, so we do
Rose
know
definitely
that.
She's in it. Older.
Yeah.
She's an older, but we know that she's going to be it. So I'm surprised her.
Yeah. She looks like Nebula for some reason.
Because people wait until they actually see her on screen. That's when people start buying books. They still don't believe that what's going to happen in the Acolyte until they actually see an actual trailer.
I think some of this with the High Republic stuff and some of the other stuff is kind of what I think both Wookiee and Four Deadly, like when they were talking about employees and everything, people got burned. And No More Wednesday Warren, kind of like JJ was saying, people got burned. Like they got like, somebody asked what's up with the KOTOR book. Like people got burned on that book. Like I wasn't trying to make light out of it. Somebody lost $1,100 on that book. $1,100.
It's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. But you know what?
So,
I don't
After
see
people
that-
stick their hand in the fire, they're not so keen to go back in.
Yeah.
I don't
Probably
see spec really shooting up that much. A lot of stuff that comes out, you'll get a couple of bucks here and there. But right now, if you really look at the prices of 9/8 to some of these books, they're dirt cheap.
We did that a couple months ago, and it was
I know they're dirt
Marco.
cheap.
Like we were just like pennies on the dollar.
I know, and
All
it
right,
wouldn't be a bad idea to get a couple of here and there just to have, because when
The
when
Wookiee.
when the Acolyte drops, a lot of things are going to change. A lot of these books are
Maybe.
going to become.
I don't know if they will. But I just want more fans. I want more fans of the High Republic. I want fans to go back to the books and realize how good the High Republic is. And I think the Acolyte's going to be an
the
entry
Acolyte is
point
good
for a different
people are
Star
gonna
Wars
go
fan.
to
Say, go ahead. What were you gonna say about the Wookiee?
It's Cal Naka is the Wookiee in Acolyte.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
But here's the thing about it. I don't think speculation. Okay, speculation kind of hurt the High Republic. But I will say this again, and Wayseeker will 100% say, "Oh no, I loved it," and it doesn't matter what the fuck he loves. Phase 2 hurt the High Republic.
No, it did.
Phase 2 hurt the readership on High Republic.
Because
The actual fandom.
Exactly. The first run, was really good. It started off slow, and they got really good towards the end, and all of a sudden, we're going back 150 years.
No,
And they
comics
go
were so
forward.
much better in Phase 2 than Phase 1. Phase 1 comics were bad for the most part, other than the High Republic Adventures. But
Adventures was really good. Second half of
I think they'll-
he's not
they
wrong.
got-
Second half was good. Second
got
half of High Republic was
Yeah.
good.
I'm just saying that Marco is definitely right.
I think
man. If they would have continued and not go back, or if they went back, that if
There you go.
round 2 was round 1 and then went to round 2 and then 3, I think
I don't think you're wrong on that. I think if they would have went back and we would have got the story of like Avar and Elzar and those characters, I think it would have been fine. I just think a lot of people said, I don't want to learn these new characters because they're really invested in these other characters.
Yeah, they were invested in Phase 1. They
But-
wanted more stuff from Phase 1 than they
Phase
did.
one, though, and it's
But we'll see. Like I said,
it's
all it
taken to a
needs-
hiatus, right? It's kind of
Yeah.
like a hiatus.
Yeah.
do we know
In a way.
when the Acolyte's coming? Do we know it's going to be the fall? It's going to be the summer?
We don't know yet. We don't know.
Yeah, it's got to be close though.
We don't
It's
know if
like-
it's going to be this year.
Yeah,
No, it is
we
this
don't.
year, it's just that's it.
Well, that's what they say, but
Well, yeah, they put it in their Disney put it in their 2024 releases or whatever.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 2024.
I think you're gonna get one show to drop in the spring and one show to drop in the fall. So I don't know the
think this
order
would
they're
the
gonna
fall
be.
show. This would be the show that comes out in the fall, maybe late November, going into December, going towards the end of the year. This would be the show. I think we're gonna get Bad Batch very soon. I think Bad Batch drops, maybe in
I expect that batch to drop sometime. sooner than later.
can I address this real quickly, Wookie too? And I know he doesn't mean it like this, but I'm not saying this in a like negative Marco play up the thing, get the drama going. I'm saying this as just observing, the things. I'm not saying personally my taste on it. I mean, obviously I didn't think it was the best, but like I'm saying overall, when you take the temperature of the room of Star Wars fans, not people that are on the internet, but like people that read the right, what I'm saying? Like when everybody makes fun of me in my clipboard, when you take the clipboard out there and this is just the feedback you're getting. I'm not saying that it's everybody, but shake your head, Wayseeker, but it's the truth.
You make fun of. I'm just thinking. You make fun of me for book reports all the time, but you're out there with a clipboard taking fans.
Yeah, well, that's what that's what I always do. You know that I talk to people. That's my gimmick. My gimmick is literally like I know the internet's a great place for introverts to like act like extroverts. Is that what they? Which is the person that is out in the streets all the time, the extroverts, right? Like I know that the internet's a great place where introverts can act like they're extroverts, but you guys see the videos. You've bet, Dom's bet. You know how I am. Yeah, I'm gonna be talking to fools. Like, and of course I'm a dork, so I'm gonna be talking about this shit because I like it, bro. So like, yeah, dude, when I see somebody picking up a High Republic book, I'm like, yo, what's up? What's up? How you doing? Oh, do you know this character? What you like? Plus, I'm at cons. Plus, I'm at cons as a vendor. Like, if you're a vendor and you don't talk to people, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Look,
Yeah.
There's so much potential with the High Republic that it hasn't even scratched the surface yet. If you really think about it, because you got the Young Jedi Adventure, which is one thing that's out, and you're gonna get the Acolyte. There's so many different things that could possibly. Hey, look, they can make Tales from the Jedi and have a High Republic story in it. You never know down the road. It's just there's so much stuff that they can do.
Yeah,
And
I mean, we're talking like
The difference, though, Venom, is I'm right a lot of the time.
we're
That's
talking
the
like a
problem.
250-year period too.
Yeah.
So like they've just given us like a snippet of
Brand new.
two periods within that
Yeah,
whole period. So
look
it's
at it this way.
so much they can do.
But you
you
can
know-
see, like, you could see real quickly, like when they sold the like handle for what's his name that died in the High Republic, and they sold it in the book with the collective case for, Kevin Scott just opened it. They did the second re-up of it. Geos. Like that thing, people, it was phase 1, and the fanaticists around, or just how crazy people were about it, and they rolled it out twice, and then it sells out 3 other times because they rolled it out 3 times, and it's not just bots buying it the second and third time. It was fans. Like you see them on IG opening it. Like, you know what I mean? If you're trying to resell, you're not opening that shit, dude. But people are. They're like loving it and opening it, and like.
Because people like sabers, they like lightsabers. So
it's not just that they like the book too. They
But
know
it was
the
a High
character.
Republic lightsaber. It was a cool character. It was a unique High Republic item, and that was
when you hear people
I
talk
bought
about
mine
them,
because it's a High Republic item,
right? When you hear people talk about it, though, they knew whose lightsaber it was. Like it wasn't like this guy named Gios. It's just a cool lightsaber because it's a cross. Like they knew about it, right? Like they knew what it was. They were like, "This is Kylo Ren's lightsaber." It's just before he turned into Kylo. No, there was none of that. The people that were opening it and like talking about it were talking about it with passion and fandom. Which, if you can't tell the difference,
the first Black series to come out of a High Republic character, wait for a Funko Pop of a High Republic character. That's when things start really. Once the merchandise start coming out and things start coming out more, people are going to start going, "Oh shit, who's this character? Oh shit, this is cool." And like, especially because when the Acolyte comes out, they're gonna have Funko Pops for the Acolyte.
They better have Black Series.
I have 0 Funko Pops. I can guarantee the first Funko Pop I ever buy will be Nubs. When we get a Nubs, Funko
I have no
Pop,
doubt of that.
That will be the very first Funko Pop I ever buy.
And I have no doubt of it.
Listen, Wave Seeker, 2025 Japan Star Wars Celebration next year. You're gonna get Nubs.
Hey, hope so.
I almost guarantee it.
No, I mean, like, hopefully they end up going into a Black Series type scenario with this at least. But we're not going to know. Remember, Star Wars is built on merchandising. They tried the merchandising with, and as much shit as we give Wayseeker about Nubs, like it's good to see that they're pushing the product out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're getting product.
I would love to get a Marjan Rowe figure, Black Series figure.
Marjan Rowe. Yeah. You know what they still haven't yet pushed out a bell. That's the key. Push us out a bell. Like even if it's in that little kid series stuff.
Give me the Charhound, yeah.
Yeah, with the Charhounds.
Eventually, they had the first series they dropped. The second series will probably drop. Even though they're in clearance, they're still selling. People are buying stuff.
Yeah, we gotta get that shit off the shelves.
Yeah,
we gotta get it off the shelves.
I will definitely say this. A lot of the lightsabers for the Jedi in the High Republic are really neat.
They are.
There's a lot of cross-guard lightsabers and stuff like that. I like those.
They did good. Vernestra's whip. I love it. I mean,
but how are you going to make that into...
I don't know. Find out a way. I'll buy a whip. I'll buy a light whip.
Think about Rebels. Remember when Ezra went inside the place and had the... I know because Kylo Ren had the crazy-ass cross lightsaber, but remember when Ezra found the lightsaber in,
the gun lightsaber?
Yeah, so you never know. Like, that could have been...
Nerf made that fucking thing. Like,
like, that was a start right there. Like, eventually, look, we will be probably get some news of maybe an animated series, more adult-wise, like a couple episodes here and there. Who knows? But just once they start pumping out the stuff, that's when things are going to start really going, and people are going to be like, "Oh shit, I got to get that High Republic one." I'm going to have to get the first appearance of this guy, the first appearance of that girl. The friggin' Nameless. It popped the Nameless on the TV. That's gonna go.
I don't know. There's certain things for Star Wars that don't carry over, and
villains
and creatures and things like that sometimes don't. I mean,
well, there's
the big ones. The big ones sometimes do, but I don't know of any creatures that are going to carry over. So
Wampa, Rancor.
I'm skeptical on that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, maybe you get a nameless Hallmark ornament that goes for like.
Now he found out what Nubs was. Now he found out that Nubs is just a Care Bear. Hey, remember this one right here where he's like, just because he's the loudest doesn't mean he's right. Then all of a sudden he finds out that we're talking about a fucking Care Bear. Okay, All right.
Venom, listen, you know who Nubs is? Is actually the first Ewok that actually becomes
No,
an
he's
Ewok.
not.
The Ewoks,
He's not.
not.
freaking the
Yeah.
ancestors, the Ewoks.
We need to get out of here. It's over 3 hours.
Yeah, okay, we definitely have to get out. Hey, thanks everybody. A lot of you stuck around. Shit. Well, we
Yeah.
appreciate y'all sticking around. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm starting to hear the buzz again around phase 3. I think JJ's right. I think he said something, and I've been thinking about it the whole time now that he said it, that it was almost like a hiatus. And I think when you have a hiatus, you have to have a re-ramping up. And that little 4-piece set that we started carrying there, and you're seeing it kind of with the Raza, kind of got a little bit of love back into it. We saw it when Boryago was in there, not doing as great as it was, but like it did give it some re-love with that Starlight 4-piece there. Like, because I looked up the Raza ahead of time. It's not like I'm a like psychic. Like I looked online to see what the Star Wars groups were talking about. And when they're like, yo, dude, have you been reading this book? You know, the comic book, like, oh, I didn't know it restarted. And that now what JJ said clicked. Like that's the ramp up point. So we'll see what happens with the regular series. But it looks like we're getting a lot of people that were in the hiatus because then they had to the very next thing they put down there is like, this is the reading history. You know, some guy's got all the reading history, like 15 posts on that. So hopefully it sticks together. And I mean, the Acolyte has just so much potential. I just hope that it
does. I just hope they deliver. I really do.
They will.
He goes 3 hours, 30 minutes, and you just.
I'm looking forward to the Acolyte.
Yeah.
Out of everything coming out this next year, I'm looking forward to the Acolyte.
Because it's new and fresh, and you're gonna. When you say martial arts, friggin' thriller, so it can go either way.
Is that what they're calling it? Is a martial arts thriller?
Martial arts thriller.
It has a real like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon look to it, and I kind of like that. It looks cool.
And like I said, it's going to be based on the Sith. The Sith is going to be the forefront. It's going to be through the eyes of a Sith.
The dark
No.
The
They
side.
purposely said, they purposely didn't say a Sith.
Well,
I don't think we're going to see the Sith.
I want to be intrigued. I want to know how, if they're going to use Dark Plagueis or Dark Terran, Dark Plagueis' master. I wonder because
where are you at for Deadly
Tenebris.
Venom? What state are you in?
because if you really think about it, it has to go into Palpatine. So I don't know if they're going to change it and have different Sith Lord to friggin' teach. But they mentioned Dark Plagueis, so Dark Plagueis might definitely be.
They did not mention Darth Plagueis.
No,
There was a guy
Might
named Paul.
definitely be.
Friggin' Palpatine mentioned Dark Plagueis.
Remember that whole thing? Paul.
I know.
Paul is Plagueis. I mentioned the Paul.
I know, but I'm just saying. But
He said, no, I love what he says, might definitely be, dude. Dom is back! He's back.
I'm gonna throw a Dom like thing out here, prediction wise or suggestion wise, whatever you want to call it. What if, seeing how this is kind of taking place right after kind of phase 3, kind of the end of the High Republic, what if the dark side entity is Kiwi Trinus after she's already fallen?
Ooh.
That could be right. That's really actually a very.
It's I can tell you right now, if that is true, it's not going to be in season 1 because High Republic phase 3 won't be done before Acolyte season 1 drops. So they're not going to give us what happens to Kiwi as the dark side until the High Republic initiative is done.
Right?
All right, so when is the last issue? How many issues is this going to be?
It's 2025 sometime is when
2025 is where it's going through, including novel. He's saying including novels.
Yeah, okay, include novel. All right, so
if that's the case,
However,
it wouldn't be till season 2.
However, just to throw a little in there, they could give you the end. They could give you the backstory of the end of the converting her into a Sith part after they reveal at the end of Acolytes that she's a Sith.
maybe.
They could. Because, forward, backwards, forward, Star
Now, let me
Wars.
ask you a question now.
ending before.
It would take a lot
Would you
of
be pissed off? Would you
maneuvering.
be pissed off if she turns out to be the Sith
Rey?
that,
Yes.
the,
Yes.
no,
I would.
Turned into Darth Talon.
Yes.
the master of
Oh, yeah.
Plagueis.
That would be interesting, I guess.
No, I wouldn't have a problem with.
I think we've already established in canon the Master of Plagueis, though.
Hey, I'm trying to get us to go down to Heroes this year. So
South Carolina. My
Yeah.
wife's family's from South Carolina.
What
I'm
if
down
she's
there
the-
often.
What if she's the first Sith that Plagueis turned, or first Sith that Palpatine turned, or something like that? So
Maybe
when we meet Palpatine in the Clone Wars, he's already a Sith Lord,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, but I'd
He
rather
doesn't- he doesn't mind having
I really
more
wouldn't have them.
differences.
I would not have them. I would not have a problem with them cleaning up that bullshit. The bullshit between Bane and Plagueis.
They're not going to do that. I'm telling you, Bane is
To throw another,
before the High Republic. Bane is in the
No,
same.
no, I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like
talking the rule of
Tro-
two thing.
the Trombo, the wizard, all that bullshit. Like get rid of all that shit.
Millennial
I get you, but-
Tenebris and all those
Get
guys.
rid of all that shit.
It's not. That's not
Yes,
happening.
yes.
I mean, they might get
The
different
only
people.
ones, the only ones that are canon right now, as that I can think of,
Con!
are Bane, Zana, Pelagius, and Palpatine.
Dom
Kakan! Kakan's
Con.
old man Fett.
So what are we doing? Plagueis, Bane, Plagueis, yeah.
It was Bane, Zana, Pelagius, Sidious.
Hold on, but
Zana's not even.
Zana's not canon. Not
No,
canon
not-
yet.
Okay,
No.
all right.
So
It's Bane,
I wouldn't
You got lots of canons.
Bane,
We
Plagueis.
went through before.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't
You got
be,
Moment. You got Kakan.
Well,
you got-
Momo and Kakan are before. Yeah, they could.
we don't know where
they
they are.
Yeah, we don't know
I
where they
wouldn't
are.
be upset if she does become, in that circle before, down the road. There's a couple of Sith before Palpatine.
Well, there's always that gap,
I'm gonna throw another
anyways.
Dom-like prediction out there.
There you go.
Say,
Let's go.
somebody in the High Republic,
Yeah, we're
somebody in
not
the High Republic uses a double-bladed lightsaber, and we all know that a certain apprentice of
Wasey.
Palpatine also used a double-bladed lightsaber. I'm just saying.
Oh, you're saying Darth.
Connection.
Shut up. No,
Hey, you know
no
what?
connection. No,
JJ's gonna be
JJ, no.
JJ 80% right.
What you got? You forgot to say. Could definitely. It definitely for sure is a connect. It could definitely for sure be a connection. That's
Could
what you
be.
forgot to say.
Hey,
Maybe
can one of
definitely.
you guys drop my Instagram in the chat? Because
I don't know. You'd have to have Sticks do it. Sticks, can you drop his Instagram in the chat?
Sticks, please do. 'Cause I know that AOA usually.
Actually, I
does
need
it.
that anyway, so I put it into the items where we put everybody's Instagram on the page. So you got to drop
I
that.
haven't
No, but it's
posted
gonna be
anything in
interesting.
2 years,
You
so
know
do
what?
not put my Instagram in the chat.
I'm actually more excited, for that now, for the Acolyte, because it's going to be different. And like last,
Damn it.
of the rants that went on, I can't wait. I want to see it. I want to see Nubs in it too.
I kind of want to hear Dub. I kind of miss Dom's. Definitely, kind of for sure going to happen. So I can't wait till we get close to the High Republic to hear. Because he just didn't he just do that?
Wouldn't it be
wouldn't
cool?
it be cool?
Yeah. Yeah, I got mine is Tales from the Dark Side _ Marco.
Hold on. I'm gonna drop my Insta on the
Private?
chat that we on the
Or group
private
chat?
Yeah, on the
Private
group
or
You
chat.
put it in the
Group,
YouTube
okay.
chat.
No, if he
Show
puts
up.
it in the group, yeah, you can put it in the YouTube, but you put it in the private. I'll put it in the thing.
Yeah, I'll put it in
because I have to
private.
put it in the thing. It was okay.
Yeah.
I can hold on. Let me see if I can find
Oh
mine.
my gosh.
I know, right? Why I try to find mine? I don't know what it is that well.
There, he just
Yeah.
posted yours.
I
Who
just
did?
can't
Oh, he
wait.
did?
We got a book coming out at the end of the month. I'm excited.
No, it'd be
What
Mark.
is the book this month?
What?
What's the book this month?
It's Daniel Older and Alyssa Wong's book, Escape from Valor,
Okay,
The High
Is it-
Republic.
wait, who writes?
older. It's gonna be older. That's
I
gonna
know,
be
who
Older and
writes,
Wong. Comes out on the
Ahsoka-
31st.
Ahsoka, Dr. Afra. Who's the?
That's Wong.
That's Wong.
Yeah,
That's all
Wong.
right.
Yeah, she's
Oh.
the one that did in the
Okay.
short stories. She did like that Punisher
Hey, did you put-
character
Okay.
who was a Jedi who turned into a vigilante.
Say
You
you put it in
also
there.
should
On Corella.
There he
for
is.
the
He's got it.
after
He's got
audio
it.
and stuff.
He put me in there.
But that was only in
Yeah,
the
I
Barnes
know.
and Nobles
I needed it in the
one. So if you didn't get the Barnes and Nobles one, you didn't get that story.
Okay.
But-
Interesting.
There you go. All right. Cool. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Once again, I'm going to say goodbye for the second time.
Listen, next week we're gonna have a giveaway. Next week, so you can do that
Oh.
for next week.
I'll definitely say hi if we're there, man. I'll definitely say hi.
Yeah. No, for sure, brother. No, it's crazy. And say hi. Like, that's the one thing that's always like wild. Like, I got to get better at it because what I end up doing is just bullshitting. And like, I forget. Last time was the first time because Pete was with me and we met somebody. And finally, I was like, oh shit. Do you want a picture? Which is the weirdest shit I've ever said in my life before. Do legit 100%. And I was like, all right, cool. We'll do a picture. So like, just if I talk to you like a friend, just realize that's how I talk to everybody. So I don't.
Yeah.
I forget that I'm on the interwebs. All right, all right, everybody. Have a good one. Make sure you check out all the fine shows here. Do we have any news or notes? If you guys haven't realized, I think there's 2 new segments. One segment, Outside Looking In, moved to what day is that? Whatever show, Grumpy Old Men. That's not Grumpy Old Men anymore.
The
It's
qualified.
the
Yeah.
qualified. The boys on SNS will be doing a special variant heat check. And we added a new segment onto tag. Fucking Pete. He needs to get me like a teleprompter for this. We added a new segment on TAC called Vintage something or another. We've got new names for shit.
Something
Just
vintage.
always.
Something vintage.
I think all the names like rhyme.
Are you still doing fantasy on TAC 2?
We are. So that was the thing with it. Like, of course, like the big books are huge and whatever, but people like the weekly stuff. Pete wants to go back to doing like the Overstreet ranking stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I think I want to start up a new semester before that. We'll see what we do.
And don't forget, they're going to have a burger tier on TAC this week. So
what?
Get your best burger places. Your best burgers.
Burger tier?
Pete does. Pete does. He wants to switch up and do burger tier.
Joint tier list?
I don't know if we're not going to do that.
You got to put the Baconator on there. You know,
he wants to take a break from fantasy for a minute.
Oh.
So we might take a week off and do something else. Tier, I don't know, Overstreet or like when we did the Wizard stuff or whatever. So we might do that. We'll figure it out. We got to figure out by tomorrow. So get that all gone. And yeah, check out all the great content we have here on Renovision as usual. Appreciate everybody being here. Let me hit the outro. JJ, welcome back, brother. You didn't even respond. I was kind of like, hey, dude, what's up? And you go back to work? Yeah, because if you went back to work, you better be coming back to the dark side. And I didn't get a response. So I was like, shit. Hopefully he's coming back. So thank you.
I'm bad at that.
Thank you for hey, I'd rather have you show up than respond, brother. So welcome back, brother. All right. See y'all later.